Hello. How's it going? Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, Chelsea. Welcome in, Nick. Welcome in, Jessica. How you guys doing? How's it going? How's my mic sound? I think I accidentally hit the gain. I don't know what's fucking going on. My gain was off, and then one of the buttons. Oh my god. I couldn't hear that now as well. God damn it. Chelsea. Ah, shit. I can't fucking. I won't be able to hear alerts. Unfortunately. Bunch of shit. Just shit. Just shit. Patch is accurate, yeah. There. That's gone. Yo. How's it going, everyone? How's it going? It is Wednesday. It is Game Club Day. Is everyone ready for Game Club? Now, normally on Game Club, we would wait until the end until we know what the game is. But I kind of already revealed it multiple places. Specific in this stream as well. I think I mentioned it previously. Me and Chelsea were talking about it in her stream as well. So yeah. Next game is gonna be Blueprints. People excited for that? Shit. Midweek madness, yeah. SGDO. Almost. Almost, Nick. You got there. Almost. I've actually been meaning to go through some of my GDQ t-shirts. Some of them I'm not too fussed on anymore. I need to get rid of some of them. I'll tell you what though, funny enough, one of the gifts that you put. So I have got Chelsea's thing on here. Patch. Gonna fuck up. Am I fuck up? Yeah. I don't know what it is. Govi seems to fuck up when I put it specifically there, so let's have a look. Oh, what? It didn't save one of my things. That's annoying. Oh dear. Have you got Lorelei and Laser Eyes? Oh, that game, yeah. Yeah, it does work perfectly fine next to your PC. Too bad it's not gonna be over there. Boom! Boom! My pixel screen. I've got like a nice little pixel screen going on now. Everything is fine. Right, so yeah, today is a Game Club stream. We're playing that together, Joe Ride. I don't know. I don't think I've had a proper look at what it is. Actually, I thought it was more Nick saying it's fortune. Let me have a quick look. Joe Rad. Joe Rad. Where can you play it? Oh, right. There we go. It is on Steam. I mean, yeah, this does seem like a very much our kind of thing, so yes. Yes. Why, yes. My phone used to autocorrect your name to Joe Ride so often. Which doesn't make sense, really. It doesn't know. Like, what is that word? Is that a word, like, a specific word for something? It's friggin' difficult. I have notes. It's that rough. Wow! I mean, that sounds like a Friday stream to me. Yeah, we could play that for a Friday if you wanted to, Chelsea. Oh, God, sorry. That was probably very loud. Ah. That was a bit much. Ah. He bought a notepad specially for it. Wow. 2 notepads. Shit. Okay. That's good. That's good. Chelsea, now's your chance to buy a notepad specifically for this game. But yeah, what have people been up to anyway? I've still been going through doing some fixins for Murray. Oh god, actually no, I'm not gonna load up Fusion because that's gonna fuck with the internet. I was gonna load it up, but I have actually done the part now. The part is ready. The part that's gonna go in Murray. So that's good. That's some good news. I just have to do everything else now, and I'm wondering whether or not to do it on stream. We'll see. We'll see. Depends on the situation. If I feel like just kind of trying to get it done as quickly as possible, I'll probably do it off stream. Cat diagrams on them. No read up. Not diagrams by cats. Diagrams of cats. No read up. What do you mean? On stream is the correct choice. I will keep that in mind, Nick. Up. No read up. I'll get the Gozza out. I suppose, yeah, the Gozza has got his place, hasn't it? I did miss that. The Gozza is a dedicated notebook. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'll tell you what else I have been up to, though. Bring this in. I made a character on Hero Forge for our D&D campaign, and I printed him. It's like £5 for the STL file. I was like, fuck it. And then if it'll bloody okay. It's like a ooh. Wow, that looks really good on camera. Looks a lot better on camera than it does in person. I mean, it looks good in person, but it really kind of comes out on camera, huh? Look at that. So this is my character. This is RJ Bennings. He's a wildfire druid. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do this anytime I make a new character now. I'll just make it on Hero Forge, get the STL and print it. Well, you can do it as well, Chelsea. I told you if you look on Hero Forge and buy the STL, I can print it for you. I've already told you. You said to wait, so I did. Yeah, wait until I actually had a good product. It's good now. But make sure you. God damn. Sorry. Make sure you show me it before you buy it, so that I can tell you it's all good. I just kept waiting because I forgot. Okay. I need to blow my nose. There's something up my nose. You beat your tongue. What the hell? Did I scare you? Sorry. Sorry if I scared you enough to bite your tongue. Got some bats in the cave. I definitely do. Hey, at least I'm not coughing though. I think this is more allergies though. This is like an allergy thing. Definitely hit me hard. I should probably take some antihistamines tomorrow. God. 110% of my fault I bit it. Well, it's still not good that you bit it, though. 110%. God damn. Uh, I was working on Murray because last time I streamed was on Sunday, so it was Murray, more Murray, and then finishing No Straight Roads, working. Not much else has really been going on. I had a tidy room. I no longer have a tidy room. I think partly to blame it's whenever I'm doing project work, the room just goes to shit. So I kind of get screwed over by it. But hey, shall we get on with the review? Shall we go on with the review? I don't really have much else to say. I had to sort out some bloody health insurance stuff, which wasn't great. Medical insurance, but I mean, somewhat of a positive ending anyway. So I'm not gonna go into it because it's quite stressful at the time, but now it's all good. So yeah. Oh god, what's going on? Right. So things are very difficult to find. They're in drawers and cupboards exactly. Sometimes one might say Chelsea came into the room and saw that I took out all of my drawers looking for this right here. Not realising that I completely missed it in the drawer that it was meant to be in. And I just had to look in the rest of the drawers to try and find it. Oh dear. I don't know actually, Nick, how it's spelled. Probably say maybe the one with the I instead of the Y. Anyway, right. Let's go on with the review anyway. Let's go straight into it because this is an interesting one. This is a very very interesting one. Mainly because I think this is actually the most divisive game that we've actually had in the game club. This game has highs and lows from different people, and it's going to be very interesting to look at. And I'll be honest, this is exactly what we want. This kind of game is exactly what we want. We want differing opinions. And I like to see people with passion bring their games in as well as people not being afraid to give a real opinion to how they feel towards that kind of game or any kind of game as well. And we got both. We got both of those things with this one, which is really, really cool. And I want more of that. I want more passion on both sides with this kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's pretty damn cool. But yeah, let's get into it anyway. Let's get into it. I always say that. I think at some point, like with one of these ones, I might actually write up an intro describing the game and stuff rather than having to look in a Steam page or whatever or a wiki. Today is not that day. Yeah, it's interesting when people differ rather than everyone loving or hating it. Yes, I like the different opinions. Definitely do. All right. Oh, one other thing as well. I found out a way to link this pixel screen up to OBS. So at some point, when you guys decide to press Murray stuff, I could have Murray appear on this screen as well. So I just it's not as straightforward as I'd like it to be. So it's going to take a little bit of time to just get everything prepared for it, but it's going to be really fucking cool. I quite like the idea of that. And maybe if when a sub happens, something happens on the screen, something interesting, something cool, so that like I don't know, makes people more inclined to sub, you know. Welcome in, Esther. Esther, once again, not the thing. You need to rub up against Chelsea. She's the thing at the moment. Grease stream. Not the fucking thing. Nope. Right. So, this month's game club. Wait, I need to actually There we go. Oops. This club's game club game was No Straight Roads. This one was initially recommended by Magic Man, and then Scotty brought it up again as well, just to say, oh, this might be a good one, or might like. I think he mentioned that it was on a deal, so we were able to buy this game on a deal, and it worked out pretty well. It's just like, oh, screw it, let's do it. We're going for it. It ain't rigged, Esther. It ain't rigged. I'm all Thang today. Am I Thang? Let's find out if I'm Thang. Chelsea ain't got me yet. What's happened to my overlay? Ugh. Whoops. Get this back on here. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. That'll do. That'll do. DVD safe. DVD as always. What's new? Alright. Oh, you were streaming today. Oh, interesting. Streaming DVD. Nice. Oh, so yeah, No Straight Roads is a game about an indie band, an indie group, or I suppose a city of a very musical city, which is run by a corporate entity, which is mainly ruled by EDM music, and it seems like the music of these people power up the city. Seems like it's energy based. Like when they create this music, it brings energy. Kind of like with Monsters Inc. with like screams or laughs, I guess. Depending which point of Monsters Inc. you're at. Ah, Flynn. Ah, Flynn. What happened? Welcome in, by the way. Yeah, Monsters Inc. vibe, definitely. Yeah, and you're essentially an indie band of two people who want to bring rock to the corporate entity, who want to bring their rock to kind of give out more of this energy. They want I guess that corporate lifestyle. They want to get signed, I guess. There's definitely parallels to real life with this in terms of musics and stuff like that. So yeah, take that what you will. The two main characters are Mayday and Zooks. Zooks? Is his name Zooks? And the start of the game, you play in front of these corporates, and it's their decision on whether or not you go further and get attached to the company, get signed, essentially. And they decide that they don't want you. They don't want rock. They only want EDM. Even though you went through the trials and you smashed it, you unfortunately get kicked to the curb. Kicked to the curb. Zook. Fucking bullshit. Why are you screaming in this chat? Two long form videos of DVD a week. How to be a content creator for them, and it's pretty shy and arbitrary. Okay. 10k rookie numbers. Rock too hard. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, Esther. Yeah, you're very excitable today, Esther. So yeah, rock indie band, and yeah, you get kicked to the curb, And you decide as a band that you are going to smash through the ranks and use force to get to the top instead. You know, you know. So yeah, and that is essentially the game. It's a hack and slash, and it's a rhythm-based hack and slash. I'd say light on the rhythm part though. It doesn't go too far, especially if you played Hi-Fi Rush, which every single hit that you make in Hi-Fi Rush has to be to the beat, and if it isn't, you're kind of screwed. Like you're not going to get very far. So yeah, with this one, there's a lot more leeway, and yeah, I think you'd play it more for the story. I mean, the gameplay's like was all right, but we'll get to that point in a bit anyway. We'll get to to this in a bit. Right. God damn, 500 pieces of fan art. I suppose I did get a lot of fan art when I played it. Christmas edition, I got a load of that stuff as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's a pretty good description of it. Yeah. Oh, nice one, Chelsea. Game Club. Had 4 coffees, Esther. What the fuck? You know how many coffees I've had today or ever? 0. 0 ever. Not that I'm being high and mighty about it. Just that I don't drink coffee. To be fair, I'm always sleepy, so that's probably what happens. You'd die on 0, Esther. God. So yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good explanation. The developer is Metronomic. Let's see if they've done anything that's on Steam. No. And the publisher is Fire Shrine Games, which it looks like there's a few bits and pieces, mainly some indie stuff. Oh, Shadows of Doubt. Interesting. Same publisher as Shadows of Doubt. I did not know that. God, this feature's cool where you can just click on devs and publishers. Imagine this like was a thing like back in the day where it's like you found a game, it's like, oh, let me just click on a link to this developer. Oh, look at that. Look at that shit. Nick is hooked on morning coffee. Too good to decline. What are people's favourite coffees then? I know it's a point of not a point of contention, but like people like their specific shit, right? I tell you what, I haven't actually got my light up. That might look a bit weird to you guys actually. I haven't got my light up. Ah, it's bright. Ah, it's bright. I haven't got any of my lights up actually. Let's put this up here. That's a bit better. There we go. Probably see me a bit better now. My head hurts if I have less than 2 cups. God damn. Consumed by the lack of caffeine. Headache. Caramel frap is Chelsea's. Yeah, she loves it. Ice latte, preferably, but any coffee would do. Yes, that sucks, but you made it sound good somehow. I thought you were just vibing with the darkness. Yeah. No. I'm definitely feeling the vibe of the darkness, but I mean, you got to see this pretty face. You got to see this pretty face. Oh, you made the headache sound good. Is it just because that's to put the word caffeine next to headache? Oh, a caffeine headache. Yes, a headache laced with caffeine. I'm just getting confused then, Nick. Headache without caffeine. Right, so that's why I get a headache. Fair enough. Right, so shall we go through your guys' reviews then? What is this? A document for ants? Let's make it a bit bigger. All right. So yeah, we'll go for the reviews, then we'll go for the ratings. We've already announced Blueprints is going to be the next game. And if we've got time afterwards, I'll probably just play some Rosewater. I fancy some Rosewater after a review. So yeah. Oh, you get them too, Nick. Oh no, that's not cool. That's not good at all. Right, so Murray count. Chelsea said 0 as far as I got in, but can't quite remember. Deuce said 0. Magic Man said null. And I said, I think there was a Murray on a case design. I swear there was a Murray on a case design. It might have just been his rib cage. It might not have been his head. Nice use of emotes there, Esther. It might. I can't remember. It might have been just been a rib cage, but maybe that's enough for a Murray. I mean, Murray is just usually the head, so yeah, maybe it isn't enough for Murray. Did you complete it? Chelsea says abandoned. Deuce said completed it. Magic Man fully completed, even came back for a second round, and I said I completed the story. Yeah. How long did it take you to beat? Chelsea said I did not. Chelsea didn't beat it. Deuce said 6.9 hours. Magic Man said 8-ish hours. To me, it doesn't overstay its welcome. And I said 3 hours. I ended up rushing it. I might have a quick look just to see that I did play it for 3 hours. Maybe like the 6.9 hours. Yes, I played it for 3.1 hours and somehow completed it. Yeah, I did kind of skip through it though. Yeah, you'll find out in a second though. Did it keep you engaged? Oh, sorry. Let me just mess with Firefox. There we go. Yeah, I did skip a lot of dialogue. Anytime there was a cutscene, I didn't really skip that though, just because I wanted to at least have the main story. But yeah, anytime someone decided randomly to speak to me, I just like get past that. Did it keep you engaged? Chelsea said it did not. Rhythm games are not my area, and I found the amount of yapping frustrating, along with the controls. Yeah, there was a good sense of yapping with. Yeah, in my opinion, it didn't feel like it was kind of going anywhere a lot of the time. And yeah, controls. There's one specific thing because me and Chelsea we played the start of it in 2-player. And I'll go into it more. Well, I will go into it a bit, but I'm going to explain it now. Chelsea had second player and I had first. And unfortunately, this game isn't really a fully realized co-op game, in my opinion, because did anyone like play Sonic 3? Where you could co-op. You could get a second player as as Tails. In that game, the camera would be focused on Sonic, and wherever he goes, it's obviously very quick, going all over the place. And Tails, you wouldn't know where the fuck Tails was. He'd be off like in loads of different directions, and you'd have no idea. So second player was a bit like meh. It'd be good for bosses because the screen would stay static. But yeah, imagine that, but with like a 3D platformer where the camera is following one person, and if another person accidentally moves off or the first player moves in a different direction, you don't see that person. they go screw off. I mean, I don't know whether this had online co-op, if you could like do like 2 different screens, but this was like an actual one PC setup with the 2 of us on there. And it just that kind of was just like, oh, this isn't great. Because it definitely seems like it would be a game that was tooled for specifically for cooperative, and that not really working out isn't great. Too much to start. I've also got into it in mine, yeah. But yeah, we'll go into more detail about it soon as well, though. They said, no, I quit and came back, finishing only for Game Club. Very telling. Magic Man said, during my first playthrough, I was fully engaged. Something about the story sang to me, always looked forward to seeing the next boss in the lineup. Second time around, I started to notice how some parts of the game's vision were unfortunately incomplete. It's interesting. Unfortunately, Magic Man wasn't able to expand on that, but I'm kind of curious to know his take on that too. But yeah, Magic Man like he has a very kind of positive outlook on this game. It's really good. I like to see a good some passion against games. I said after the first session, I didn't want to play anymore. the the stark difference here. But I wanted to give it more of a fair shot. I would have dropped it had it not been a Game Club game. But the game did gradually feel better to play. Not enough to be fully engaged though. I ended up skipping a lot of minor convos. As we mentioned, there was a shit ton of skipping. Unless it was like a cutscene, you know. How was the game's difficulty? Chelsea said, well, as mentioned above, rhythm games are really difficult for me. I just cannot deal with anything that requires coordination. But I'm also basing this review on playing co-op. Being player 2 was insufferable. The camera focused solely on player 1, so I would get lost off screen constantly. When one player would die, platforming the game would bug out. Ah, yeah, I forgot about that as well. Bug out sometimes, keeping you in an endless loop of dying, or the cam would fling around. It was really frustrating. I completely forgot about that one, yeah. I was hoping if I played co-op, I'd be able to give the game a fair chance, as I would probably not have played it at all because of my rhythm issues. I know this can be done well because I've played games like It Takes Two and Split Fiction where I have not had this kind of co-op issue. No, like you're really good in those games, Chelsea. Really good. Rhythm. It was a co-op nightmare. Yeah, they should just take out co-op completely in that. It just doesn't. I, I like. It's very disappointing to even call it a co-op game at all. I don't know. I don't know. Dude said it wasn't the game's difficulty. Fair. Magic Man said it's a very simple platformer style game. If it is your first time holding the controller, you might find some difficulty. Yeah. That's sad, Chelsea. And I said game is very easy to play through and most likely hard to master. But the game doesn't require mastering, so unless you're into the game enough to replay on hard difficulties or complete all achievements, you won't need to master it. Yeah, there's definitely a sense of like, oh, I can just continue going through here if I die. It has this definite thing of like, if you die, your highest grade is going to be a C. But it'll keep telling you that even when you kind of like like come back to life just at that moment as well. But I never cared enough to kind of be like, well, I'm not going to restart the level. I'm just going to continue what I'm doing. Because yeah, a lot of the time, marks like that I don't really care about. But I can see how if people do care about it, it'd be quite fun to try and figure out how to not die through those points. There is a hard mode in this game as well, which I unlocked somehow. Is the game worth its RRP? Chelsea said for me, no. Do said, having played it and it currently being €25, nope, not even close. Magic Man said, get it on sale. And I said, £19.99? No. I'm sure there's a lot of extra content, but I completed it in 3 hours. Forgetting that I didn't enjoy the game, it doesn't feel like there is enough. Yeah. So if you enjoyed the game, even if there is a chance you find this game enjoyable, I still think it would cost a bit too much, in my opinion. Like 20 quid, I think perfect price RRP would be 10. Boost it up to 15 if you need to, but 20 is like, I don't know, it's a bit much. Is there any replay value? Chelsea said, again for me, no. Do said, yes, if you want alternative fights, but no, because I don't want to play it again. Dee's being hella sassy in this one. I like to see it. Magic Man said, for me, yes, but maybe more a quick 20-30 minute sesh every now and then to replay for a boss fight. We quite a while before I want to go through everything from start to finish again. I'm curious about that because like I like comparing it with other games. There are other games where it's like, oh, I'd love to do that with like because Hi-Fi Rush, there was a Nine Inch Nails song as one of the bosses, and I think I'd replay that because like gets you fucking pumped. Like that shit gets you pumped. So I'm assuming this is kind of the feeling that Magic Man had as well. And I said yes, mastering the game on higher difficulty, and I think there were a load of side things you can do, plus an arcade mode section. There's a lot of so there's this semi-open world place that you go to the levels through, but on your journey you come across different things. I kind of beelined. I didn't care too much about the side things, but I can recognize that there were side things that you could go off and do as well. Most memorable line quote. Chelsea said bunker junker, etc. Deuce says bunker junker yawn. Magic Man says DK West, he's our man and he's the best. Yeah, I remember DK West. And I said Mayday cries, which yeah, at the end, Mayday crying. Memorable. Not for a good reason. Memorable though. Thank you. Oh dear. Oh yeah, she did say that. That's what she. Thank you. It was too much. It was too much. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. Right, general likes and dislikes from Chelsea. Her likes were the colours and art style are cool and pleasing. Yeah, I agree. The music is great. I agree. Kind of gives me Guitar Hero nostalgia in some of the menu things. Oh, I never really figured that, but yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's something different I haven't seen before. Yeah, I'd say the same if I hadn't seen Hi-Fi Rush before. You know. No, it's a rhythm game, and Chelsea dislikes the rhythm and the game. Savage. I love that it faded to black and she was still sobbing. Yeah. that is a savage comment, Flynn. Alright, dislikes rhythm. I know this is a rhythm game, so duh. Player 2 controls cam are frustrating and super buggy at moments. So much dialogue. It kind of got to a point where there was a lot of dialogue skipping to get to gameplay. Also, the humor felt cringy a lot to me. Yeah, I kind of feel that as well. Mayday was insufferable. I really hate to dislike main female characters because I'm always happy to see them, but she was too much though. She was way too much. I just yeah. They could have done better. They could have done way better. Too unwell for Hi-Fi, so missed out on it. It got a bit repetitive doing the security platforms to get to the VTuber singing. Had me losing the plot, and that was just the same every single time, every single boss. You do different, somewhat there are minor different things that you do, but it's generally it is the same thing with every other boss as well. Chelsea, it's yeah. It's the same platform and the same enemy. Yes, it was, yeah. And you had to use the triangle ability to get to the next platform, and yeah. All right, Deuce says, this game was tough to play. Graphically, it looks great. The sound was mostly good on it as well, and some decent music. I failed to find the rhythm part of this other than the enemies moved to some of it. Yeah, that's what I felt. There's no bonus combos or obvious perks to the player attacking to the rhythm. Mayday is one of the most insufferable characters I've come across in a game. Extremely unlikable. Zook has the depth of a flat-packed IKEA bookshelf, and I couldn't care less about him. That is... Imagine saying that to someone's face. You have the depth of a flat-packed IKEA bookshelf, and I couldn't care less about you. Imagine saying that. I feel like that's like a Peep Show moment or something, where they just start screaming it to the camera. That's actually a person in first person. At least it wasn't an IKEA footstool. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, copy and paste is the right word. Or the right words. I mean, I can't disagree with him, I'll be honest. I mean, I'd say similar things in a bit as well. Yeah, they were two extremes. But I wonder if they did that for a reason. I just don't know if they can justify the reason, you know? Yeah, Deep Dragon. The story was uninteresting, the gameplay was boring, and it basically was rinse repeat, same hack takeover levels with some different models. And upgrades made little to no difference. I found that as well, to the point where I stopped doing it, and I could still get through the game. The collecting of mini quasars had no real benefit other than allowing you to gain more fans, which let you upgrade, but again, the upgrades didn't feel like much. Yeah. Kind of remind me of those memes like ADHD girlfriend and chilled out gamer boyfriend. Yeah. Like someone set that to max or whatever the meme is. No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know who decided to make these characters. I think Zook, like, you can somewhat get past him. Although, yeah, he does need like a just a tiny bit more personality. I know that they're probably modeling him off of like actual musicians, which actual musicians can be that way, like silent type and very, very chill. But I don't know. Sometimes you gotta kind of think what you're doing here. And yeah, having I just can't believe it. I can't believe how a character can be so bad. Right, Imagine Man's likes decent voice acting. To be fair, there were some good voice acting moments. I liked the main boss woman. I can't remember her name now. But I liked her voice acting. It reminds me of Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. Eartha Kitt. Chelsea was about to write that. Of course, there we go. Like really, really like, and I wonder if like the voice actor was kind of channeling that as well. But I liked it. I think it fit really well anyway, and that was good. I will say Mayday's voice actor. It, I don't think it just didn't. It didn't feel right to me. Like she was given the energy that apparently the character needed. I didn't like it. I don't know. I didn't like it as much. But no, like at the very least, they did a good job of hiring like actual voice actors, like good voice actors. So yeah, good on them for that. Very stylized visuals, definitely. I love the art direction in this game. It reminds me of is it Osmosis Jones or something like that? There's some cartoons in the 90s, early noughties that have this very same style as well. Yeah, the art, and it was so yeah, the color of the art as well. They hit the nail on the head with that. I think yeah, if you're going to take away something from this game, the look of it is pretty incredible. Variety and boss encounters. Yeah, like I guess like different bosses had different things, but the core kind of control and gameplay just felt like it was too kind of the same for each one, so it didn't exemplify the bosses enough to a certain extent. But yeah, I can see the somewhat differences between bosses. Exploring the city scratched my loot goblin itch. The plot thickens, Magic Man. Yeah, there were a load of those like capsule things, weren't there? Yeah. Dislikes. Rhythm only exists when it wants to. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really kind of come into the gameplay too much. Some characters can be grating. Mayday? Is it Mayday, maybe? Potentially Mayday? Yeah, Loot Goblin's good, yeah. Right, now mine. Oh, God. Likes. Great art design. Great animation. Yeah, I have to say, it looks like it was... like, none of it was rotoscoped or anything like that. Or not really rotoscope. You know, what's it called? Body scanned or whatever it is. I can't remember. Face scanned. You know, when they actually get like true performances and they digitize it. Yeah, it was all looks like it was all like hand animated in some way. No, not CGI. Body tracking. You know, face tracking, body tracking, that kind of stuff. It looked like it was all just done in house, and I quite like that look because it looks like the animators know what they're doing as well. And it looked really cool. Fun soundtrack, yeah. Not memorable. I wouldn't say the soundtrack was very memorable to me, but it was fun at the very least. Alligator is cute. So every now and again, like after every boss, you can feed an alligator in the sewers where the two main characters live, and if you feed him enough, you get access to his helicopter or her helicopter, I guess. Um, and yeah, that was I found that quite cool. The DK West fight was a lot of fun. So that is one of my favorite gameplay parts, and it was very different from what the main gameplay was, where you have it's very much Guitar Hero style actually, but you're avoiding notes with your hands, like, and you've got to move both sides with each analog stick, and I thought that was actually really fun. That part I stuck with that one. Yeah, the hands on the track, Chelsea. Yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot. Cool meta UI, and one example was the cursor click slider for brightness when the level gets darker is one. So yeah, like they did interesting things again with the animation of the UI and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. Dislikes. Story didn't grab me at all, and some of the story beat decisions made zero sense. Bringing in Zook's previous love interest felt forced and out of nowhere, and the ending choices were weird. Yeah, so one of the bosses that you fight, when you destroy them, or halfway through destroy them, I guess. I can't remember. Either way, like all of a sudden, Zook's like, "Oh she was my ex-love. Oh, I thought we moved on. I guess she didn't move on. Oh, what's going on?" And it's like, where the hell did this come from? What? What? There was no build-up for this whatsoever. It felt like it just came out of nowhere. I don't know. Unless I missed something. I might have missed something. Oh dear. Rhythm game isn't a rhythm game. Dear. Combat has no nuance, nothing to set out from the vanilla hack and slashes. Yeah, it was very much just like bash 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 bash. And even so there wasn't even really like a dedicated button for parry. The parry was just you need to hit at the right time. So it was just one button that you end up pressing to do a lot of combos. And you can dodge, obviously, like dodge out of the way, and there are different buttons for like specials and stuff, but it just didn't. None of it felt necessary to kind of do. Tutorial is slow, frustrating, and boring. There's nothing like a really annoying tutorial to start you off for a game because you're hyped to start like killing things, and then being stuck in a timed tutorial where like it forces you to wait to look at the screen and stuff is annoying. So wait, one person disliked the rhythm and one disliked the absence of rhythm. Yeah, don't get Chelsea started. Me and Chelsea spoke about this the other night. Don't get Chelsea started on this. um, 2-player is unplayable. Feels like how 2-player Sonic used to play, where Tails would go off the screen, and the second player wouldn't have any idea where they are. It's a 1-player with an afterthought 2-player. Mm-hmm. The game teaches you by rhythm, yet later on in the game, the rhythm does nothing for you. That's what I'm trying to say. It does nothing. It does nothing. The rhythm does nothing. uh, Yeah. I apparently didn't need to. So, kind of an explanation of how the rhythm actually kind of works in this game. The enemies go by a rhythm, but you don't have to. The rhythm gives you a heads up of when they're going to attack, but there's enough visual cues where you don't need to use that. There's kind of like the music is an absolute afterthought thought after that. So you end up just kind of going through the game where you literally just tap in, and then yeah, maybe you're like, okay, he's jumping, I better just jump so that the blast doesn't get me. I can get out of the way. I didn't have to listen to the music at all. You can play that game without listening to the music. Like, I think there was like one moment in the first boss where it felt like it would be a lot easier to be able to parry certain parts, but okay. All right. In one player, the second player does bugger all. Yeah, I was playing as Mayday, and Zook's just like he just fucks off. He just like stares at the enemies, and every now and again he'll just like do like a random hit and just stare. Iron pop-ups after defeating bosses is annoying. So you get like alerts of the items that you got from the boss fight, and they like you get like 6 or 7 of them every single time, maybe more. I'll be asked. I was trying too hard to stick by it because I know I struggle with it. I feel annoyed learning I could have just not. I feel bad, Chelsea. Well, hey, I feel like we've done enough rhythm games on Game Club for a bit now, so you most likely won't have to play one for a long, long time. I guess we'll see. Thank God. Most of the lead up to the bosses, as well as the bosses, do the same thing, and the same enemies pop up with the same combat solution. Yeah, just going through security gates, doing the triangle button to get through the security gates. It's just killing ground enemies so you get enough bullets to kill the floaty enemies, and that was every single stage before a boss. Every single one. But also, one thing I didn't actually put in my dislikes, you can run past most of the enemies. It's not until you start getting to the actual like security gate part that you can kill enemies and then it will unlock. You can run past nearly every single enemy, not get hit at all as well. And like I assume that if you were to get a combo through the enemies that you do hit, you'd be able to get a good ranking for that as well, as long as you don't die. Yeah. Huh? Mayday is an insufferable character with no likable aspects. She acts as a child with crazy emotions. You can play as Zook, but Mayday is clearly the main character, and I was resentful in playing as her. Every like, it's wild. It's wild. How did they have this as the main character? Someone's so insufferable. How mental. I do think I had a very good strategy with this game, though. Did you play it, Flynn? 3 of us, or was the strategy not playing it? 3 of us separately. No, that's why. There we go. Nice one. 3 of us separately use the word insufferable. I know. And yeah, it's just like she's very shouty. She's a very shouty person. And again, very high on emotions, but like when I say high on emotions, like take into account that it's over the top, like way over the top. And I don't like know if you guys can play, but this is Game Club stream, so I'm going to spoil the ending. But she actually no. I'm going to read this first because it actually explains it. The ending didn't make sense to me. Things worked out in the end, and Mayday was told she did the right thing, but still decided to denounce her actions and not accept the company role which she wanted in the first place. She remained an indie musician, which could have been made a thing could have been made a thing to say indie is better than corporate, but instead it was because of the actions prior, which ended up changing things for good anyways. I know that's a really weird way of saying it. I was kind of a bit annoyed having to like write all this down. But essentially, like, the stuff that you do through the game where you're like toppling these key players to get to the top so that you can reign supreme. You are kind of like demolishing these people almost, not killing them, but you're breaking them down in some way. Like, you're being very aggressive. And then towards the game, there's a twist where the guy that has been almost giving you orders actually turns out to be the bad person. And they want to completely destroy this corporate tower, even though it will completely eradicate the energy for the city, which is very, very evil. Very, very evil. And that's where Mayday has a, like, her conscious kind of, like, comes into play, and she's like, is like, oh my god, I've been doing this bad thing all along, what have I been doing? And it gets to the point where towards the end, she's offered a corporate job, and she decides not to go for it, only because she's like, I've got a lot to learn because I did all this stupid shit. But it's like, you like, there's been a good outcome from this. You've been told by the corporates that you destroyed, that what you did was actually the correct thing to do because it brought about a better world. And then I just don't understand why they wouldn't, like, if there was a reason for why she wouldn't accept the corporate job, it's because she wanted to remain indie. And then there's a good message behind that of like, oh, yeah, of course the indie artist wants to remain indie because they don't want their vision messed up by this corporate entity. That makes so much sense. They didn't go that route. They were just like so tied up on like her crying and being upset, and but like overly so. So it's like, I didn't fully understand her motive in all of this. Obviously a very angry person, but I feel like the learning point here is that you 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 kind of had taken down this company, but you've helped someone else in that corporate company learn that what they were doing was wrong as well. It's almost like you needed to do that for that person to understand it. So what is wrong with what you just did? There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. For some reason, she's just like, oh, I can't do it. I need to learn. Oh, I don't know. I know. Like, I feel like I'm being an asshole saying this, but it's like, none of it. Her whole part just doesn't make any sense to me. And to me, she seems like she's meant to be the main character. Mm. So glad I didn't. I feel it's got a lot in common with global thermonuclear war. My well saved. A strange game. The only winning move is not to play. Yeah. Yeah, the ending was very confusing. And then the war, yeah. And it wasn't a Waluigi war, no. That makes way more sense. I'd say so. Very jarring. I'm all for emotions and crying, of course. Yeah, and that's why I kind of don't want to, like, step in anything, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to go on my game. I don't want emotions in my game, which isn't, that's far from what I believe. But when someone is like hysterical in their crying towards the end of the game, and it's such an annoying voice and such an annoying character, it's like a cherry on the like shit annoying cake. You know what I mean? And it's just like, to me, it's like I can't. I genuinely like, because I was playing it on the Steam Deck, and then I went to bed because I needed to finish it whilst I was in bed. Chelsea wanted to watch something on the TV. I was like, no, I need to finish this first, and she was like, oh god, really? And I was just like playing the ending, and it's because she saw the ending. It's because she's seen the ending already, and she knew what was coming up, and I was doing it. I was like, this can't be the ending. This can't be what's happening right now. It was very jarring, yeah. I'm all for emotion. Yeah, I had to wait and stare at the paused TV screen. I'm sorry, but I wanted to finish it. It's the disappointing ending. Yep. Listening to what? Yeah, it was literally because she gets handed a guitar by the corporate woman who happens to have been a rock god, essentially, before she got into EDM and come up with this corporate life. And she hands her apparently very powerful guitar over to Mayday, and she just screams, "Thank you!" and then just cries, just bursts like what? Like, Waluigi didn't give the wire, unfortunately, but like properly like crazy style. Thank you for the drinks from Grognik. Corpo guitar, yeah. If I wanted to disappoint Andy, I'd give up playing games and get a life. Fucking hell, Flynn. Jesus! What the fuck? Pop. We should have a 0.000% 1% chance of a while being her crying. You have to put that in the bloody. Go on then. You're gonna have to put that in the mod chat. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that as well. Yeah, and I don't like to shit on games, and I I preface this stream with saying that I want this kind of shit. I love the fact that we have people that liked it and people that didn't like it, and that kind of actually quite extreme views either side of it. And I love the fact that Magic Man loved this game. I really do. Mainly because like I'm glad that like he found something awesome that he enjoys playing. And I do like the fact that there is conversation to be had between the two sides of the coin as well. So I'm not going to discourage anything like that. It's bloody awesome, like either way. But unfortunately, I will give my opinion on things as well. And when something annoys me enough, I will get passionate about how much I dislike something. So yeah, true though. Speaking of which, did we ever do the "did you see it" thing after we saw it? No, we didn't, Flynn, because I still haven't changed it. I ain't had any time. I ain't had time. And yeah, I don't want VODs to get flagged for whatever reason. It's a dangerous game. I switch game disappointments from. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. So yeah, but that was my main takeaway with that. So I think that kind of what I've said now has aptly explained it all of how I feel, and I think it's a good representation of the game. But as you will see with the ratings as well, everyone rated some of those ratings highly as well, some of the categories. So just watch out for that because there are definitely good sides, like really good sides to these games. Really good sides, actually, when you compare it to some of the scores some of the other games got as well in some of the categories. So. Don't worry, Nick. Just pretend it didn't happen. Right, would you recommend? Chelsea said, only if I knew someone enjoyed rhythm games, maybe. Do said no. Man said, for something short with passion and vision behind it, yes. Might as well just recommend a movie at that point. I can see that. I can see that they're like, this was clearly an indie game as well that was made, and there's definitely some passion behind it. So yeah, I can see that. And I said no unless you could get it for super cheap to give it a try. Yeah. As Jesse say, if you like music rhythm games, and it was cheap, it's at the very least worth a try. I think someone who is like really energetic would maybe enjoy it a lot. I can see that as well, yeah. Yep. And then the final question asks, what other similar games would you recommend? Just said, well, we had Hi-Fi Rush, which people seem to love a lot, so that. Do said rhythm games, Hi-Fi Rush, but I don't count this as one. as a rhythm game. Magic Man said any platformer style game. Yeah, I can see that. And I said Hi-Fi Rush. If you want an actual rhythm hack and slash. Art direction reminds me of Beyond Good and Evil. That's a good game. Beyond Good and Evil is a very good game. And yes, the art direction and animation looks very similar to that as well. So definitely get on that. And one thing we were going to do is we were going to kind of have a comparison between this and Hi-Fi Rush, because we did have Hi-Fi Rush as one of the previous Game Club games. So it's an easy thing to kind of compare it to. Unfortunately, they are so surprisingly different. Are the two games connected? No, they are not connected in the slightest. The only connection, which I thought would be, is that they were rhythm-based hack and slash games. That is, I suppose you can still say this game is rhythm-based in some way, to a certain extent. Music-based would be more a preferable way of explaining it. But I just don't think they're two games that you can actually compare. They're very different games. I know that they kind of come under the similar genre, but the things that they do are somewhat different. And I would say if you want a challenge, like an actual rhythm-based challenge, like full-on rhythm-based, play Hi-Fi Rush. If you want something that is a bit easier, you just want to kind of get through, that you might enjoy an energetic storyline, which is a very short storyline as well, then I would play No Straight Roads. Do they share developers at all? No, they don't share developers or publishers either. Yeah, which is strange, really. I'm actually curious to know. 2021. So No Straight Roads actually came out first as well. And this is the Encore edition, so it might have actually come out earlier than that. So there is a high chance that the developers of Hi-Fi Rush saw this game and were like, it's a good idea. They could have got influence from it. I wouldn't be surprised. There are somewhat like similarities in the choice of art direction and the idea of crossing rhythm with hack and slash in some way. So this game could have been an influence. I mean, if you really want a rhythm-based game, there's always Just Shapes and Beats. I haven't played that. Or A Dance with Fire and Ice. I haven't played that either. Play Guitar Hero. The ultimate rhythm game. The ultimate rhythm game. I mean, I suppose in terms of other recommended games, because I know I didn't really think about it actually, but BPM, which is a boomer shooter rhythm game, and then obviously Hell Slayer. What was it called? No. I can't remember what it's called. Metal Hellsinger. Those are very similar ones as well. But yeah, that was the reviews. I thank you everyone that participated in the reviews. It's pretty sick. We got, again, this is exactly what I want. We want passion on both sides, and this exemplifies both. So I'm happy with that. I'm ecstatic about it. It's awesome. Thank you everyone that contributed. And thank you for the recommendation as well, Magic Man. Sick. Right, so let's move on to the ratings. This is another interesting part where, thanks to standard deviation, we will actually see the point of contention between who thought it was good, who thought it was bad. So let's have a look. The story, we have an average of 6. 2.4 is a massive standard deviation between the scores, because there were a load of, there's some of us that raced it very low, and then with Magic Man popped it up a bit on this one as well by a lot. So point of contentions here. but we got down to a 6, which ain't bad. It ain't bad. Next one up is gameplay, which is a 5. Which 1.7 again. It's like not as high as story, but it was close there. There was definitely less of a kind of arguing factor there, you know. Feeling it. Next one is a new one, which I forgot to put a post out about. I did mention it on previous Game Club stream, but I did add it onto the template, so we've got a new one, and it's purely controls. I was the only one that did it this time, so I it's a 6, but that's only because I voted on it. So we'll kind of rule that out to a certain extent because not everyone actually put their one for that one. But I'll make sure to put a post out for the next one. So yeah, I've resaved my template. Cool. Yeah. Next up is sound and music. A good chunk. So this got up to an 8, and there wasn't too much of a point of contention with this, which is really good. So this is where we start to see, okay, so there are some good points to this game, highly good points that everyone can agree on as well. That it was an 8 in some way. We were first doing a reminder near review time. That's a good idea, yeah. I might try to get my review out first as well, so that people can see that there's a new one. But yeah, I don't see any problems with the sound and music either with this game. I don't think the music was particularly memorable, but I feel like they established what they needed to. Each of the bosses had their own style, even though it was all EDM based apart from the main characters who were rock. It still kind of culminated in something cool. With that, especially towards the end where there was a melding, like with what you have to do towards the end, where rock and EDM starts to like properly meld together, and it's cool. It's cool. All right, next up is graphics. I don't know how you can argue with this anyway. The graphics were really good, and that comes under animation as well. So really top notch job with the graphics. Really kind of cool moments with that as well, and that's mixed with the UI elements that I mentioned as well. So an 8 again, pretty damn high, not bad. Next up, in-game settings, a 7. It was serviceable. It had some good stuff. Clearly some stuff missing. It was fine though. And next up is QA, 7. I think I rated this a bit low because, like, how did you get certain parts of this game which were a little bit insufferable through QA? Other than that, the game was relatively polished in every other aspect. I just think that, like, QA kind of have something to answer to with decisions that happen through storylines and stuff like that. Parts can still change to a certain extent. I guess it depends. And then finally, overall, we have a 6. 6. There was a little bit of a point of contention, not too much, but yeah, we're in a 6. It's not a great game. It's not a great game at all, but it has certain parts of it which have good moments, and I mean, it isn't like absolute shit. Like it's not completely bad, but you just can't ignore those bad moments though in this game. It's a bit of a shame. So yeah, that is the ratings. And what I'm gonna do with this one as well, just because it hit both sides, I'm kind of gonna do like, because I either recommend or don't recommend, but because of how passionate the positive side was to this one, we're gonna do a recommend, but I'm gonna put a question mark at the end because there were obviously there were people here, me, Chelsea, Duth, who were like, we wouldn't recommend it necessarily. Maybe to certain people, we would recommend it, but like not fully. So it's a recommend with a question mark. That's what we'll go for. Oh yeah, so that was this month's Game Club. No straight roads. Thanks everyone who played, rated, and reviewed. That is sick. You have been plopped into the running for who does the most stuff for the year. So remember that we do that We do. We do an award show at the end of the year, so keep pumping away at playing more games and reviewing and rating more of these games, and yeah, he'll be in the running. Oh yeah. Right, but on that note, next game. Let's move on to the next game. What is next month's game going to be? We've already established that it is going to be Blueprints. So let's have a quick look at it. We were talking about this on stream. We're humming and hawing about it because the cost, like, it isn't like too expensive. It isn't too expensive, but it's still way more than what we'd normally do for a game club. Like, way more. 25 quid, which is RRP, which again, I think is fine. But the amount of hours that you get out of this game apparently is pretty mental. So yeah. Blueprints is this month's game club game. I won't be looking too much into this stuff because I don't want to get spoiled, really. I think, I'll be honest, anyone that hasn't started playing it should be dry as possible. And I'm also going to desperately say to everyone, no fucking spoilers. No spoilers at all. Yeah, and as Fliz say, strongly recommend against watching tutorials or streams. I agree. We should go in completely dry. Try not to do any sort of walkthroughs or anything like that. Let's see what we can do, because I think this is one of those games that you can just kind of keep hitting against and get through. So let's do this. Hell yeah. Yeah. Nice one, Flynn. I'm so down for this. Hell yeah, Nick. I have this was free on PlayStation. Was it? Holy shit, it was free on PlayStation. God damn. One thing I will say is, yeah, significant part. Yes, definitely. Do I have to turn on my brain for this? Yes, it's a puzzle game. This is one of the only games where I refuse to look up any spoilers. Hell yeah. Is on Game Pass, I think. Is it? It is. It's on Game Pass. Well, there you go. That's the cheaper way into it. Get a Game Pass for the month. Fucking rinse it out. Play more games on the Game Pass. You know what? I'm not gonna go against the price now. It's on fucking Game Pass. Hell yeah. I mean, I'm gonna get it on Steam because I kind of want to own the game as well. But this is cool. This is really cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. You're getting those end caps out, Nick, I see. Ridiculous. Might make it a bit more accessible, yeah. Might be worth mentioning when you post about it on Discord. Oh, I will. Only one thing I will say about it, have a means of taking notes at the ready. Oof. We only have one Gozzers, Chelsea. Who's going to have the Gozzers? Wait, washing my mouth out with Wait, soup. Washing my mouth out with soup. We'll have to wrestle for the Gozzer. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh no, this is exciting. I'm more excited now because I was a bit like, I really want to play it. I think it'd be a great Game Club game, but it is a bit pricier than the ones that we normally recommend on Game Club. Game Pass. Fucking Game Pass, yo. Yeah, I'm gonna buy on here anyway. Fuck yeah, cool. Right, so yeah, I'm not gonna go into anything about it though. I think again, dry as possible. Gotta love going in dry. Whenever possible, go in dry. That's what they say, right? That's what they say, right? Just whenever possible, with everything in life, go in dry. They say it exactly, Nick. They do say it. That's what she actually did not fucking say. Right. Okay. So yeah, that's Game Club over and done with. Hell yeah. Wow, we did that pretty quickly. An hour and a half. Not bad. Not bad. I think we've started to kind of like get some like good pacing with Game Club now. We're getting like we're getting used to it. understanding the efficiency, but I still feel like we're going in depth with stuff as well, which I really like. So if you say rhythm, I'm unfollowing. I said it, Glenn. Sorry. Got a good flow. Yeah, we got that flow. So yeah, but yeah, blueprints. Let's do it. And I will quickly mention. Let me just have a look at the calendar. So next Game Club stream will be in 4 weeks' time, 25th of June. 25th of June. Although I was kind of like contemplating saying, should we just say that this is a 2-monther? So that we give ample amount of time for this. I mean, we gave that for No Straight Roads as well. Should we do 2 months for this instead? Because I don't want people rushing either. I feel like when you rush a game, it's not. I feel like you want to kind of like properly sink yourself into the game. Yeah. Would love for this. Let's go for 2 months. Fuck it. Let's do it. So July 30th will be a Game Club stream. Next stream. Your deadline will be the 29th of July. Hell yeah. I wanted to take time to play anyway. Yeah, and from what I've heard, I think was it Flynn or someone else? It ranges from like 20 hours to like 100 hours in terms of like how long you can play it. So spend your time in that game, you know. God, I'm looking forward to this one. Looking forward to it. Okay, right. Shall we get into some Rosewater? I've been looking forward to playing some more Rosewater as well, actually. It's such a fun game. I'm going to keep Bunker Junker Burning Love on here. I'm just going to remove the review part of it, though. What do you think about that? A bit of cross Elvis with the stream title, huh? How do you like me now? Oh shit! I missed a Flynn streak, which is an interesting accompaniment of words. Will it work? My buttons still aren't working for some reason, which is frustrating. Let's see if I can do this manually.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
That's a lich. Did I just press the run ads button? No. Funnily enough, I actually snoozed the ads twice throughout the review. So it's probably a combination of me snoozing the ads and it just comes up. Yeah. Yep. Nice. Nice. As is tradition. Just kidding. Did get an ad, but it was brief. Okay, cool. It was about briefs, not boxes. Sorry, I'm being weird now. Very excitable after that game club. Got me heated. Got me passionate. Passion. Five. Oh, sorry, Jessica. That is shit. Oh, the last is 40 seconds. Jesus. Also, don't overrule Jessica. She made a good point. Let Chelsea pick August. Technically, me and Chelsea picked this this month, so she's already picking June, July. I mean, can do. I mean, it's your birthday month, Chelsea. So you could pick August if you really want. If you really want. Grundislav. No choice. Okay. All right. Let's see how it is. God damn. Oh, the publisher name is Grundislav. I didn't see that. Put them hands up, boy. They're staying down now. Who am I talking to after this mission? In fact, let me go to my damn diary. Let me go to my damn diary. Diabolically affected. Postal depot. Yes, we stopped at a post office or post depot, I guess. Depot. And there was a wildcat that was holding the building hostage, which we took care of. I mean, to be honest, what we're doing at the moment is we're just traveling across this country, and on our stops, stuff seems to happen. One of the things that did happen was we were in a lonely guy's house, and we had to help his PTSD, which was pretty cool. That was a very, very cool thing that happened, and I'm hoping more moments like that happen because it was a lot of fun. It took care of. It lived. It did live. It did live. It could not. It could have not though. I could have chosen to use explosives to take care of it, but I decided against it because I'm a nice guy. It was a firefight. Damn. It was. Was it? Reminder to self. Suggest RDR2.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
The Fortine family was nice, weren't they?
It was incredible to see such a strong family bond. They depend on each other completely for their livelihood and survival.
Wow. Insightful, Nadine.
Hey, Danny. Let's talk.
Sure.
Cats do not partake in heathen stuff like firefights, it's true. It was about to rip my face off, though. So it was about to be a firefight if it did rip my face off.
How about that Trapper family, huh?
It's nice to see good people like that out here.
Oh, we've got a dog now as well.
It's easy to get jaded and expect
Somewhere.
nothing but bandits and mountebanks, you know? Huh.
Oh yeah, fuck off. We aren't playing Last of Us.
What the heck is she doing?
Oh?
Madre de Dios!
I'd better see what's going on. What is it? Bandits? Highwaymen?
Worse. Performers.
Good day to you, travelers.
What's so good about it then? And what are you thinking?
Fucking
Running out
Chelsea
in front of the
just
wagon like that.
Chuckling her
I
ass off
apologize
right
for
now.
the theatrics.
She's going crazy about
It's
it.
in my nature.
I love it. Why The Last of Us 2? Oh, hey Becca, how you doing? Welcome in. Look, I played The Last of Us when it came out, and I hated it. And then The Last of Us 2 came out, and everyone hated it. And I was like, good. That game series is shit. So yeah, no way in hell is that coming up on a fucking... I mean, I suppose that would kind of make sense for a game club, actually, wouldn't it? I don't know. Yeah, Chelsea gave her explanation on stream today. You missed it. She got passionate as well. Pulling my hair out trying to mod Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. What kind of mods are you looking at the moment? Is it just quality of life stuff or some additional stuff? Might be something that interests Chelsea, actually, because Chelsea really loved Baldur's Gate 3. And she was thinking about getting into the first 2 games, but I do know that they're not as accessible to play as the 3rd game. I don't know, the voice acting is of fair quality. Yeah. All of them. Baldur's Gate, Trilogy, with most of everything. Oh, wow. Yeah, funny, I've been considering going back to BG3. Ah, have you given enough time, Chelsea? Since we played it. I like how she's just like popping her head out here. You see, fucking bodiless head, bodiless face that just like pops itself out there. Who are you? What do you want from us? Did she really just jump in front of the wagon?
She really just ran out in the road?
Like a deer. She's lucky I keep the brakes in good condition.
Are you looking to get hit or something?
No, of course not. I suppose I'm, well, desperate.
That much is clear. You running away or something?
Heavens no, I could never do that. I'm the impresario of this theatre troupe. Name's Kate Hatomi. Our show opens next week, and I'd be fibbing if I said it was going well.
Hatomi. Hatomi. Jacob? Shouldn't look like a Jacob. I want to finish my solo and get my Asterion ending. Okay. I even played hundreds of hours of The Last of Us 1 multiplayer online. Yeah, I know people that got into that. I can understand that one. Because I think it had a similar feel to the Uncharted multiplayers, which they were generally alright as well, actually. Recover from that co-op ending we got where I was non-existent. So you are running away. Are you trying to end it all? You want us to help you somehow?
Sounds to me like you are trying to run away.
I am doing nothing of the sort. All I ask is an hour of your time. We've been rehearsing this play for so long. We're all too close to the material. We need fresh eyes and unbiased opinions. If you could but watch our rehearsal and share your honest, unvarnished impressions, you would be doing us a good turn. The performance will be gratis, of course.
Material. Yeah, I'm curious to know how this material is. Sure, we'll watch your show. Would we be compensated for our time? We happen to have a showman on board. I mean, I suppose I could mention that, actually.
Lucky for you, we've got Gentleman Jake on board. He's an expert showman.
The Gentleman Jake? Why, it would be an honor to play for him.
What do you think, Miss Johnson?
I think it sounds like an excellent chance to get a few winks. I'll park just over there. Y'all have fun.
Ladies and
Not for free. Yeah, I want to see it, and I feel like they're not going to pay me if I do that.
Welcome. This is a peek behind the curtain, if you will, at a work in progress. I thank you most humbly for your indulgence, and warmly invite you to share your impressions following the rehearsal. And now, please enjoy the show. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful and charming princess.
Oh, I love my land. The people are kind, the water fresh, and the days are sunny and bright.
The princess was loved and admired by everyone in the land, except one. An evil wizard coveted the kingdom and kidnapped the princess,
That's
intending
crazy.
to marry her and gain the throne. To ensure she could not escape, he summoned a terrifying dragon to guard her.
Shut up.
However, all was not lost. For a young hero rose to the challenge.
Please have a German
I
accent.
shall battle the
Ah.
dragon and save the princess. That is, if my dear mother lets me. I said, if my mother lets me, of course.
Faye, that's your cue. Faye?
Oh no.
Where the hell is Faye?
I don't know. Last I saw her, she was in her tent.
Oh, for crying out loud! I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what I was thinking. It's clear we won't be getting anywhere with this rehearsal. You can change out of your costume now, Dwayne. We're done here. Martina? Quentin? Same goes for you.
But I spent hours on my makeup.
And I spent months on this show! Look where that's gotten us! Everything I do to keep all this together, and you lot can't even turn
Is this part of the show?
now and then to hit a mark and say a few lines.
Is this part of the show?
Half of you I need to think. I really must apologize for wasting your time. I knew the show needed some work. I didn't realize it wasn't fit to perform.
Prince of Persia 1. I tried playing that. It's difficult. Oh, Psychonauts. I still need to get through Psychonauts. I owe that game to get through it. Just because I want to play the sequel as well. Understudy Faye. Goodbye, madam. I said goodbye. Get out of here. What will you do now? Maybe we can help fix your show. We need to keep going. Good luck. Let's let's help out.
Must
Go
be
on.
some way we can help with the show.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Are you sure? Much as it pains me, I can't honestly say we aren't in need of help.
Certainly.
Well, I'm curious to hear your suggestions. But right now, we need to find out what's wrong with Faye. Your doctor friend went to examine her, but I think she's just having one of her tantrums. You know how actors can be. Or perhaps...
Oh,
in which
do I?
case, consider yourself
Do I?
lucky. I'm going back to the stage. Come see me if you have any ideas.
So, any ideas?
Perhaps. Excuse me. I'm going to have another look at the stage.
Oh, please don't play explosives under the stage.
Danny and I are going to go talk.
Unless he's going to do like pyro work or something. That'd be pretty cool.
I think you should help Miss Redbird see to that Faye woman. Anyhow, we'll see if we can't get this show in halfway decent shape. Come on, Danny boy.
Which just amazes me. I can't honestly stay quiet about our lack of need of unavoidance of double negatives. Can't stay quiet about our lack of need. Lack of need of. That's difficult to understand. Oh, what's going on here? I guess, yeah, we're gonna help
Have a
out.
copy of a local newspaper.
Can I look at it? Ooh, I enjoy reading the newspapers in this game, actually. Shall we read through it? Travelling players perform Camelot in the park before bemused onlookers. Picnickers, ramblers, and families intent on enjoying a leisurely afternoon in Las Virgeneses, Pelican Park last Sunday were doubtless left befuddled by a nearly incoherent plein air rendition of the chivalric drama Camelot, staged there by impresario. There's a lot of big words there. Miss Hitomi's itinerant theatre troupe, the Mid-Atlantic Players. God. Give me some better words here. You spent 10 times trying to understand that as I spelt writing it. Guess I'm a good programmer. I still don't fully understand it, I'll be honest. What you're... my mind's going to go crazy if I continue to read it, though. The polyglot players hailing from all over Vespuccia and the far reaches of the globe gargled and fumbled through their lines in a stilted faux medieval patois riddled with these and thous and forsooths, as they strove to bring King Arthur's court to life amidst the palms and fountains of the West Lawn. Evidently in the habit of travelling light, the performers were obliged to make do with next to nothing in the way of sets, costumes, or props that might enliven the spectacle in any way further the illusion of a courtly medieval setting for the drama. As to drama, the plot was paper thin, a stock tale of good overcoming evil, wholly lacking in subtlety and nuance, not to mention any trace of the courtliness and charm one might expect in a romance from days of yore. The legions of nappers, taking advantage of the late afternoon haze to doze on the soft grass, evidently found little in the way of thrills during the proceedings to rouse them from their slumber. Perhaps more fitting description of the scene, days of bore. Gosh. Okay, so it seems like she hasn't had a good review from us. That's a shame. Maybe we can help, though. Born on August 30th to Mr. and Mrs. Pierre Delaroche of Punta Blanca. Their firstborn son, Pierre Auguste Jean-Paul Delaroche, weighing 8 pounds 3 ounces. In some years' time, the young Mr. Pierre Delaroche Jr., heir to the Delaroche family fortune, is sure to become the country's most eligible bachelor. Married, Mr. Charles Grayson, 27, to Miss Bella Levinsky, 18, on Saturday the 3rd at the Church of the Holy Waters in Las Virgins. The bride was given away by her uncle, Mr. Abraham Levinsky. Dr. Roy Oak, 73, to Mrs. Elsinora Snow, 81, widow of the late Mr. Frederick Snow. The Snow family's Corona Beach mansion. The children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren of both the espoused were in attendance. I haven't recognised any of these names yet, but it's not necessarily because there aren't recognisable names. I just can't recognise them. Died, local blacksmith Mr. Arnold Paget, 51, of Wilshire Lake, in a tragic boating accident. He is survived by his wife and 8 daughters, all unwed, now left without means of support. Memorial to be held on Friday next at 4 p.m. at Christ Chapel, Wiltshire. Whatever happened to Dr. Bennett Clark? Once hailed as the Wizard of Aethericity, this is the person we're trying to find, by the way, Dr. Bennett Clark has fallen from the public eye in recent years. After public outcry following the deaths of 15 people in the Lamplight City Expo disaster of 47, he hastily relocated to Rosewater, WV, where for a time he continued a series of public demonstrations, albeit to a diminished audience. No word has been heard of Dr. Clark in nearly a year, despite the awesome destruction he wrought. He claimed his only wish was the betterment and protection of all mankind by harnessing and taming the mighty dragon of Aethericity. Clark hoped to bring salvation to the common citizen. We'll see about that one. Shall we chat to this person?
Hello, Miss...
The
Wizard of Aethericity is my Grim Dawn
Martina
character.
Holder. I am sorry we could not finish the show for you.
No worries. My companions and
Oh, she's actually German.
Make it better.
Ah, good. We do need the help.
I don't know why it said that. It sounded like she was a person that was just putting on a German accent. No mention of the smoke stealing wives and husbands. It's not smoke, it's steam, Chelsea. It's steam! The damn steam! How long have you been with the troupe? Tell me about your castmates.
When did you join this troupe?
Oh, about 4 years ago. Then my English was not so good, so I did not get many parts with words. But I am getting more and more lines in the new shows.
In the new shows. What did you do before?
What were you doing before joining this troupe?
I was living in Bright Bay, working as an art model. One evening, the artist I modeled for took me to the theater to one of Miss Hatomi's shows. Afterward, he told me he was leaving to go to work for a new patron in Italy. He could no longer keep me.
So he took you out to lessen the blow?
Not exactly. It turned out he knew Miss Hatomi. He had painted some backdrops for her. He took me backstage after the show and asked her to let me audition. I was shaking. I cannot even remember what I said. I had never acted before, you see. But fortunately for me, Miss Hatomi decided to take me on. Otherwise, I would have been out on the street.
I'd like to know about your castmates.
They are fine people, and I am lucky to know them. Mr. Ellis always has stories and jokes to make me laugh. He reminds me of a big bear. He's also a very fine actor, and he has performed on stages in great cities all over Europe. Dwayne is very nice, but he's also very shy. He does not speak much with me or any of the others. I have always thought it is funny that an actor is so shy, but when he is on stage, one would never know. And Mrs. Davies is like a mother to me. She cares for us very much and wants to make sure everyone is healthy and happy. Although she does nag a lot. My dear mother did not nag so.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
I'm done with speaking to you now. Goodbye. Yours is done. Okay, right. I don't know which tent it is. I'm just going to go in this red tent, though. Red tent redemption. Why am I in a frame? Interesting.
The desk is covered in papers. Lots of
You didn't like
notes.
that one, Chelsea.
What a mess. Most of these seem to be show notes. Here's a list of names. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means. It's a poster
need to
for
see
a
the
musical
name, yeah.
show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd. Must be one of Miss Hatomi's previous shows. A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th. A traveling trunk. Looks like it's been quite a few places.
Shall I look in? Go on then.
All sorts of costumes, fake beards, and other theatrical accessories. A pair of leather boxing gloves.
I'm assuming I'm going to need
These
at
might
some
be
point.
useful. If my eyes don't deceive me, that's a false
Yeah.
compartment. Just
It does
need
look
to
like it,
figure
doesn't
out
it?
how to open it.
These,
A brass button. A brass button.
a brass button.
No way I can force it open.
Okay, I'm assuming I'm going to need the actual way of doing it before I can do it, so... Yes, we will come back to this. To the blue tent!
Oh, another visitor. Who are you?
Harley Legere. And you are?
Faye Davies. I don't expect it's a name you've heard. And as I was explaining to your friend here, not a name I expect you'll hear very much in the future.
Should be in dramatic. Oh, well.
Mrs. Davies, I would advise moderation in regards to that brandy.
Dear girl, I understand you like to dabble in medical matters. Let me assure you that this is the only medicine that works for me.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
Did you examine Mrs. Davies?
I did.
And what's your medical opinion?
She's
I
a
couldn't
drunk.
find anything wrong with her physically. At least nothing that an excess of brandy wouldn't explain. But she's in no state of mind to be performing.
I don't believe one needs to be a medical professional to draw that conclusion, my dear.
I'm a bit peckish now. Lost my appetite after having to deal with fucking health insurance shit, but... I seem to have regained it.
What's your opinion of the show?
Yes, please tell us. Don't be shy. I'd like to hear what you think.
I didn't quite understand it, actually. Perhaps it would make more sense if we had seen the whole thing.
Dear girl, I truly doubt that would have made much of a difference.
I'll see you later.
Am I done? You don't know.
Mrs. Davies?
What is it?
Why weren't you on stage today? Is something wrong?
Something wrong. Something wrong. Exactly what aspect of my current condition would suggest to you that anything is right?
What's got you so upset?
I'm about to lose my place here, that's what. Turned out on the dusty road to fend for myself and simply overcome with the sheer injustice of it all.
You think you're being dismissed? Why's that?
Oh, it's a long, long story, but what it comes down to is finances, or lack thereof. Kate has been tightening the belt lately. She says our performances haven't been attracting the crowds they once did. But even so,
I mean,
we are
not going out to perform
All of us have
isn't
taken
going to help, is it?
deep cuts to our usual allowance. It still doesn't seem to be enough. Naturally, I, being the most recent addition to the troupe, am the first up to the chopping block. If you ask me, something doesn't add up. I know for a fact that our run in Bois de Quivo is quite respectable, and yet apparently our financial future is dangling over the precipice by a fraying thread. It's all more than a tad suspicious.
The real reason is because Miss Hatomi Jacob said that I was a chopped hers. I told her, yes, that is the case, but it doesn't mean I can't perform. In fact, the experience of being this chopped may be useful for the play.
So you suspect Miss Hatomi is taking more than her share?
We've all suspected it for some time, but I'm the only one who's willing to speak up about it.
Can I get a drink,
Everyone else
Chelsea?
knows I'll be the first to go,
Maybe something
so
to
they
eat
keep their heads
as well.
down and wait to reap my share.
You've accused Miss Hatomi?
Of course not. I haven't got
Thank you.
any proof. But you can bet I would if I did.
If you were let go, what would you do?
Oh, God, please don't ask me such things. I can't bear to think about it.
It's a serious question. Everyone needs a backup plan.
I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, what will I do? Kate couldn't be so heartless. Will they really just let me go? Will no one speak up for me? God, help me!
She's having a crisis. Should you come in the room?
There now. I'm sure there's a solution.
Okay. Did you want coffee? And savoury. Yeah, I don't think we've got any big bags of crisps, do we? If we don't. Yeah, a couple of bags. Thank you. Oh yeah. I love Monster Munch.
How long have you been a member of this troupe?
Oh, not long at all. Less than a year. I was the last one to join.
What did you do before you were a Queen's Mid-Atlantic player?
I was with another outfit based up in Fawcett. The Davies Traveling Spectacular. 15 years we were together. Anton, my husband, was our director and I was the star. When I got too old to play the princesses and heroines, Anton would cast me as the ravishing queen. He always made sure I had a spot on center stage. 16 months ago, he passed away in a stagecoach accident. An enormous tragedy.
I'm terribly sorry.
So were we all. Anton was the fiercely beating heart of that troupe. Absolutely irreplaceable. The others couldn't imagine going on without him. So everyone just went their separate ways. Just like that, everything was gone. My heart's love, my director, my troupe, my livelihood.
I'm sorry.
So, how did you come to join Miss Otomi's troupe?
Oh, the traveling theater world is quite small, you know. We all know one another and meet on the road from time to time. Kate heard what happened and wrote me a letter of condolence. We corresponded for a while. Eventually, she said she was passing by Fawcett and offered to take me in. Quite simply, she took pity on me.
What drew you to the stage?
I've known I wanted to act since I was a girl. I would put on shows for my parents and the village children. I traveled to Fawcett to audition for Anton Davies' Traveling Spectacular. He had just formed the troupe then. First, I became his star actress, and soon enough, his wife.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
What can you tell me about the other players?
Oh, such sweethearts. They've taken me in like a second family. Martine, especially. She's the daughter I never had. Dwayne is a good boy, but he keeps to himself. And dear Quentin. He and I have something of a friendly rivalry. Although he can get quite competitive at times, the old ham.
Old
I'll
ham.
just leave you to it. Mrs. Davies seems quite fond of this stuff.
I probably shouldn't file, take it.
A few books and a collection of wax cylinders in that box. Let's see. There are a few wax cylinders here. A few
Don't know what I'm
books
doing
and
just
a
yet.
collection of wax cylinders in that box.
It's the same. Oh, it's all the
A
same.
poster for some show I've never heard of called The Dissembling Mechanism. Apparently it opened on New Year's Day.
Good shit. Alright, I'm not gonna take that bottle just yet. I'm gonna have a look around the area.
A cylindrograph. It's for playing music on wax cylinders.
I see. Okay.
Phil?
Harley?
What was your opinion of the performance?
It was not to my taste. However, with some improvements, it could be entertaining.
All right, see you later. Miss Hitomi?
Yes?
He's gonna blow up the stage.
What do you think would make the show better?
God, where do I begin? Faye's in a black mood. Quentin thinks his character lacks depth. Martina's unintelligible. And Dwayne's swordplay doesn't even rise to the level of farce. And naturally, theater's all about imagination. But with the quality of our set and props, I fear we are asking rather too much of our audience in that department. I'm this close to packing it all in.
Okay, there's a lot of things to talk about.
When did you put this troupe together?
As it exists now? Oh, it's been about 5 years, I should say. That's when Quentin and I came over to Vespuccia.
What were you doing before starting this troupe?
I spent some time in London, then went traveling around Europe doing this and that. Until I met Quentin.
Have you performed yourself, or do you stay out of the spotlight?
Me? Oh no, I haven't been on stage since Paris. Quentin and I used to do a little magic show, if you can believe it.
No fooling?
It was a very long time ago. Not worth remembering, honestly.
I want to hear about your cast.
Oh, they all have their talents. They wouldn't be in my troupe otherwise. But I don't hold with talking about people behind their backs. Why don't you get to know them yourself?
What's wrong with Quentin's character?
Not a thing! Everyone loves to hate the evil wizard. He's a guaranteed crowd pleaser. But Quentin thinks the role lacks depth. That his talents as an actor, and they are considerable, are going to waste. And yes, perhaps he has a point, but for God's sake, this is not the Royal Arcadium!
That's what I was thinking.
Performers have a saying. There are no small roles, only small-minded, puffed-up thespians who suppose that entertaining the common man is somehow beneath them. I love Quentin, really I do, but I've had it up to here with his carping and grousing. He doesn't listen to me, but you're welcome to try bringing him down to earth if you'd like.
I mean, it's clearly a very simplistic play. There's nothing to it, so...
What's the problem with Martina?
Weren't you listening? She doesn't so much say her lines as chew on them and cough them out. She's a sweet girl, and her physical performance is outstanding. The things she can do with just her eyes. I'm loath to cut her part or take away the few lines she already has, but unless she finds some way to magically rid herself of that blasted Teutonic accent, I may have to.
You don't think the swordplay is good enough?
Setting aside that our prop swords are as likely to crumble to bits or give the players paper cuts as they are to make it through a scene intact, it's just not very convincing or compelling. Dwayne either needs to get more adept at handling them, or we need to rethink the whole sword thing. Thank God this play doesn't feature a real sword-fighting duel, but it does need a big climax where the hero slays the dragon. How are we supposed to do that without a sword?
You don't think the swordplay is good enough?
Setting aside that our prop swords are as likely to crumble to bits or give the players paper cuts as they are to make it through a scene intact, it's just not... Dwayne either... Thank God this play doesn't feature a real sword-fighting duel, but it does need a big climax where the hero slays the dragon. How are we supposed to do that without a sword?
I have a feeling Phil is going to be sorting that one out.
What can we do to make your set and props better?
The best thing we've got is the dragon head, but it's not exactly intimidating, is it? Your friend over there said he might have an idea to make it better. Honestly, at this point, I'm all ears.
I had a chat with Mrs. Davies. She seems to think her position's in jeopardy.
What? Why would she think that?
Are you saying you're not planning on letting her go?
Of course not, especially not so close to opening night. What a ridiculous notion! Honestly, I don't know where Faye gets these ideas.
I suppose I can tell Faye that now, aren't I?
So long.
Take care.
Phil?
Harley?
Had any ideas to make the show better?
Yes, I believe so. This dragon head is amusing, but with some pyrotechnics, it could really impress a crowd.
You want to make it breathe fire?
Ah, indeed. Far more effective, wouldn't you agree?
Definitely. But how do you intend to pull it off?
I can rig it up quite easily, but I need a fuel source. If you can find me some high-proof alcohol,
Everything's made out of fucking flammable objects. I need to find something to make it flammable then, I guess. Oh dear.
Mrs. Davies?
What is it?
I spoke with Miss Hitomi, and she said she has no plans to let you go.
Well, of course she would say that. That's how it works in this business. All seems well and good until the monthly budget is drawn up, and then the trapdoor opens beneath you and you swing.
So you don't trust Miss Hitomi's word?
I don't trust anyone's word. Only ink on paper.
I'll just leave you to it.
And would that dragon have steam coming out of the nostrils? Maybe. A play that steals your wives!
Unhand that brandy. I need it for my nerves.
That'd be the fuel source, probably. Brandy.
Miss Holder?
Yeah?
Yeah? Oh, what? Do you think Miss Hitomi is embezzling this troop's money?
Goodbye.
I'm not going to ask that. Why would I ask that?
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Holly.
Berry milk.
You fellas talking about anything interesting?
Dwayne's showing me his stunt swordplay. He's supposed to battle the dragon at the end of the play. I've tried giving him a few pointers, but it's not going so great.
What did you think of the show?
Well, I'll put it this way. If one of Jake's shows went that way, I'd be looking for another job.
Talk to you later, Danny.
See
Fucked
you.
up.
Hey there.
Oh, hello.
What are you doing with that sword?
Practicing for the show. I didn't get to do my big fight scene with the dragon.
That sword seems to be giving you some trouble.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time getting the hang of it. The balance on this thing is terrible, and I'm always afraid of breaking it. I never liked working with prop weapons. But as long as we're doing medieval romances, I guess I'm stuck with this sword.
Boxing. How did you come to join the troop?
How do you feel about boxing?
I'd be happier doing any kind of unarmed fighting style, really. But how am I supposed to box a dragon?
With style and panache, that's how. It's all about confidence. And I have a feeling you'd look much more confident without that sword.
You don't think the audience would be confused?
It's your job to make them believe it. They just want a good show.
I don't know. We've never done a boxing scene. I don't really know a lot about the form.
I used to do some boxing back in the day. Could show you some moves if you like.
Heck, sure. Why not? This whole sword thing clearly isn't working for me. But I'd rather not do it bare knuckle. Not really into the whole suffering for my art thing.
Right. I'll see what I can come up with.
I already found somebody.
How did you end up on board with this crew?
Oh, I met Miss Hitomi and Mr. Ellis back east when they passed through my town in Appalachia. Snuck out of the house to see the show. I went backstage after to ask if I could audition to join. Miss Hitomi said no. So, after they packed up for the night, I stowed away in the wagon. Rode halfway to La Roche before they found me. That was when my real audition happened. Mr. Ellis spoke up for me. He said, "Now, Katie, my dear, you would be a bloody fool to leave the lad behind after a performance like that."
I'm back a second. I just need to pop to the loo. That won't be long. Wow, I didn't even press that ad. Ad's going crazy tonight, isn't it? The fuck? Yeah, how many ads have been going on at the moment? Bloody ridiculous.
What were you doing before joining this troupe?
Working on my parents' farm. It was a rough life. Wasn't much to my liking. No glamour, no surprise, no fun, no opportunity to meet anyone interesting. And my father was very strict. All he wanted was for me to marry our neighbor's daughter so I would inherit his land and grow our family's holdings. Eventually, I realized I would die if I stayed any longer. My soul would die anyway, so I left.
Oh, damn. What made you
How
want to
did you know you
act?
wanted to act?
I always liked listening to other people, hearing how they talked. Used to practice in front of a mirror and try to imitate them. Sometimes I'd dress up to get the look just right. Ma didn't like that much.
What do you think of your fellow troop members?
Some days I hate them. Most days I love them. And any day, I would die for them. We're a strange little family, you know? Mr. Ellis and Miss Hitomi are a squabbling ma and pa. Dear boy, you must make more time for yourself. There are too few hours in the day as it is. Oh, leave the boy alone, Quentin. He can decide how to spend his time. And Miss Davies is our busybody aunt. Are you comfortable? Have you got everything you need? Is that costume too itchy?
So that would make Martina like your sister?
No, not quite.
I think,
Are you sweet on Martina?
With all due respect, that's none of your concern, ma'am.
I was just asking, dude. Jesus.
Say, you're good at imitating other people.
Oh, thanks. It's always been kind of a specialty of mine. Used to get me in a lot of trouble back home, so I only do it for laughs nowadays.
Thanks. You can get back to your training.
Thanks, ma'am.
Let's give him these.
I found some boxing gloves in Miss Hitomi's trunk, if you want to practice sparring.
Oh, sure. That'd be great.
Danny, how'd you like to help out?
I know. It's ridiculous, isn't he? Give me the bloody information, dude. You clearly like her.
First, your stance is all wrong. Stagger your feet, 1 foot in front, weight evenly balanced, knees slightly bent. Good. Now, show me what you can do. Not bad. Not bad. Try not to let your elbow flare out, Dwayne. Protect the ribs. I think you boys are getting the hang of it.
Oh, cool. I don't really need to speak to them anymore.
Ah, one of your companions has decided to join us.
This is Harley Legere. She used to be a performer of sorts herself, you know.
You don't say. What sort?
I was a fighter. Not sure that really counts.
My dear, if an audience paid money to come see you, that counts as performing in my book. I'm Quentin Ellis, by the by. Delighted to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, this is the guy that was precious about his makeup.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
She was an influencer, a content creator. Seem to have found your people.
You see?
Old Quentin and I have been trading tales about life and show.
Clicked it through.
You ought to stick around and have a listen. You might learn something.
How did you find the show?
Well, there's definitely room for improvement.
I'll just be on my way.
Great talk, Jake. Great talk.
Could I have a moment, Mr. Ellis?
Of course, my dear.
Just how long have you been a part of this troupe?
Why, since before its inception. That is to say, Kate and I have known each other since well before this incarnation of the troupe was formed. We met in Paris, you see, back in 27.
Jesus. It's taking up the whole screen.
What did you do before joining the troupe?
I was classically trained at the York Theatrical Academy. I performed all over England before decamping for the continent. When I met Katie, I was touring Europe playing before the crowned heads. Why, my performance as Othello received a standing ovation from Archduke Hubert of Austria.
What drew you to the stage?
Ah, the eternal question. What drew you to the ring?
Money. Found out my tolerance for pain was higher than my tolerance for hunger.
I see. An empty belly is a demanding muse indeed. For me, it was love of the art. I was born with it.
Paris, you say? What was that like?
Ah, those were the days. Wild and carefree. We found welcome from a public receptive to our more Experimental forays. Nothing like the audiences you find here, mind. Dusty farmers and unlettered cowpokes, the lot of them.
I'd like to know about the others in your troupe.
Fishing for nasty gossip, are we? Unless you have a couple of glasses and a bottle or two of very good liquor stashed somewhere about your person, you won't be getting any of that from me. Truly, they are good people, and I cherish every one of them. We rely on one another. Granted, we have our occasional quarrels, but what family doesn't? It's true that none of them have my training and decades of stage experience, so naturally they look to me for guidance and mentorship.
Miss Hitomi said something about you being unhappy with your character.
Oh, don't get me started. The evil wizard is a stock villain, paper thin, a cipher. All I do is tromp on stage and glower at the audience. He wants to rule the kingdom and kidnaps the princess, all right, but why? What motivates him to do it? Drama comes from a rich depth of character.
Because he's evil.
Caricature. I need something I can work with, something to sink my teeth into.
What if Jake and I came up with a better history for your character?
Do you think you could?
Sure. Harley's got the gift of writing, and I've been known to spin a yarn or two.
Very well. I must admit I'm curious to see what you come up with. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
Because he's evil. I think something like that.
He doesn't want to rule. He wants to save the kingdom.
Yeah, in his mind, he's the real hero.
Yeah.
Oh, intriguing.
I think that makes like an ultimate villain, doesn't it?
All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
He wants to hold her for ransom. He's in love with her. He's tried to protect her from the dragon.
He's actually keeping her safe from the dragon.
Unexpected. I like it. And how does the dragon fit into all this?
We're just trying to tame the dragon and harness his power for good. The dragon is the wizard's pet. The dragon is just a weapon the wizard uses. The dragon is really the wizard's mother, transformed. I quite like that.
The dragon is the wizard's mother, transformed by a spell he can't break.
Unless he feeds the princess to her.
Oh my, this certainly took a turn. You have some unusual ideas, but I'm not sure they all quite fit together. Perhaps you should give it a bit more thought. Or what?
So I think
Yeah.
Or
that one, but then it's something else.
He's smitten with her and wants to make her his bride.
yes, that's usually the case, isn't it? And how does the dragon...
Unless...
Oh my, this... You have some unusual ideas, but I'm not sure they...
I just need one more.
Or what?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
He needs money, so he hopes to get a ransom for her.
A wizard needing money? Couldn't he just magic some up?
Well, he's a wizard, not an alchemist. I reckon he has to go to the bank like everybody else.
And how does the dragon fit in?
Unless...
Oh my! You have some unusual ideas. Perhaps you should...
Let's...
All right. Why?
He doesn't...
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I still like that.
He finds her shallow and annoying, and he wants her to suffer.
And how does the...
Unless...
Oh, my. You have some unusual. Perhaps you should.
Yeah, it's not gonna fit.
Let's take another.
Or why?
He has humble origins, but always felt he was meant for greater things.
Yeah, it's been his ambition since childhood, but he's never been given a fair shake.
Ah, yes. Destiny, ambition, greed. Classic stuff. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
He needs money.
A wizard?
Oh, he's a wizard.
And how does...
I know. I know what it is, I think, now.
Unless...
Oh. You have... Perhaps you...
Let's...
Or why?
Shit, what was it again?
He does...
Yeah.
All...
He's...
And how...
The wizard wants to tame the dragon and harness its power to serve the kingdom.
Ah, I see. So truly he's just
Make them
misunderstood.
completely misunderstood.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, this is a much
I know
more interesting and complex figure. The wizard is human, like any of us. He has his own needs and desires. He is conflicted. He strives to do the right thing, however that appears to him. He is the protagonist of his own story. This I can work with. Thank you.
He's made himself the protagonist somehow.
Is it true you used to have a magic act?
Why, yes, it is. Funny, I'd almost forgotten. Katie and I briefly tried our hand at stage magic. She was quite adept at sleight of hand, but in the end, it wasn't our true métier. Too much meticulous planning and bulky, specialized equipment. No room for spontaneity and delight. No emotional connection. No, it wasn't for us. Now Katie uses the old magic trunk to store costumes.
Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
Lots of notes and sketches of different costumes and disguises. Mr. Ellis seems rather versatile. I've got nothing. Quentin Ellis is Othello, premiering October 7th.
I still need to get in that trunk, and I'm not 100% sure how. Let's continue. I'm gonna go have a look at it again. I don't want to start talking about the embezzlement stuff until I'm sure I want to.
All sorts of costumes. All sorts. Mr. Ellis said this was Miss Hitomi's old magic trunk. Maybe these buttons aren't just for decoration.
That's what I'm saying.
A brass button. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence.
2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8. Okay, so
It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd. A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th. It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd. A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th.
That'd be 11 if I was to be
A
that
poster
day,
for The
which
Mystery at Delphi.
doesn't make sense.
Opened on November 6th.
6.
The desk is covered in papers. Lots of notes. What a mess. Most of the... Here's a list of names. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
I need a pad and pen. I figured it out. Get the gozzer. Get the gozzer. The first one was Othello.
What? Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
Okay. What's it doing?
It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd. A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th.
Refreshing crap.
A poster for some show I've never heard of called The Dissembling Mechanism. Apparently it opened on New Year's Day.
And then one more, which I think Othello was in here.
Quentin Ellis is Othello, premiering October 7th.
Nice! Cock! Yeah, I can't say I've had the same issues with... Which, is that on desktop as well? Okay, so 7. 2. 1. 6. Hey, I did it.
Quite a bit of cash in here. So Miss Hitomi is skimming off the profits? Perhaps that book might shed some light on things. Seems to be some kind of diary or ledger.
Or leisure.
I'd better take a look at this. Huh. It seems Miss Hitomi's keeping the extra money to invest in the show. She calls it a rainy day fund, and she has a separate space for emergency salary reserve. So Mrs. Davies was wrong. I ought to show her this. Maybe it'll calm her down.
Okay. I don't know if that's a good idea, but okay. Let me just save it. Saw online other people are having the same issue, so hopefully we'll sort it. Yeah, that's annoying, isn't it?
I found this ledger in Miss Hitomi's trunk, along with some cash.
So I was right. This is exactly the proof I was looking for.
It's not quite what you think. Look at the entries.
Rainy day fund. Emergency salary reserve. She isn't keeping this for herself.
She's setting it aside to help you all.
Oh dear, how embarrassing. What a fool I've been.
Yeah, you bitch.
So now that you know your position is safe, will you get on stage and perform?
Yes, of course. Thank you for clearing up this misunderstanding. I really do appreciate it.
Yoink.
I don't think she'll be needing this anymore.
I might go put this back if I can. Oh, I don't have it anymore. Okay. Feels odd to keep it, but sure. Kind of want to give her the alcohol.
I'll leave her be for now.
Oh wait. Oh wait. There was wait, yeah. Maybe I need to inspire her actually. How am I supposed to inspire her though? Knights in shining armor, villainous intent, saloon sing-along, funeral dirge.
We used this music for Twin's character in our last show.
I take it he was the hero in that one too?
Yeah, that is right. He's playing all the heroes.
Okay.
I don't want to be juggling these.
This was the music we used for Mr. Ellis in the show we did before.
What character did he play there?
A train robber.
Train robber.
Oh, I love this one. This was the first song I learned in English, you know.
You don't say. How does it go?
All of the little maidens go strolling along. All of the little boys come to sing them a song. All of the little children start dancing in line. And all of them have such a wonderful time. All have a wonderful time.
Where'd that come from?
Interesting. Her accent all but disappears when she sings. Miss Holder?
Yeah?
I must say, you've got a beautiful singing voice.
Oh, why, thank you.
I couldn't help but notice how clearly your words come out in song.
Yeah, you're not the first to say this to me. I cannot explain it. It is just something which happens.
Say, I've just had a crazy idea. Rather than speaking your lines, why not sing them?
Sing them? That is an interesting thought, but would it not be strange?
Strange? Haven't you ever heard of opera?
But if only I am singing and no one else?
It's a little unorthodox, sure, but isn't that what art is all about? Being expressive, doing the unexpected. I think it will really bring some emotion to the role. It'll be like your character is too...
Little boys, baby boys.
The feeling is so strong she has to sing them.
Yeah, I think I see what you are saying. Very well. I will try this next time.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
That's all I can think about. It's fucking Sweet D fucking singing in the Nightman Cometh. Right. Oh, wrong way.
Here, how about this for some fuel?
Yes, this will work. Excuse me. I must go backstage and set up the prop.
God, what is he gonna do?
Miss Hitomi?
Yes?
I think you can try a second rehearsal now.
Really? You sure?
I think I've done everyone, so the old lady, the singing women, the props, the thespian, the guy who's now punching rather than sword fighting. I think that's everyone.
Positive. Let's get this show going.
I can't wait for the place to burn down because of Phil.
Once upon a
She is
time,
dressed like
far
Sweet D in
away
that
land, there
fucking
lived
show
a
as well.
beautiful and charming princess.
How I love my land. The people are kind, the water fresh, and the day sunny and bright.
The princess was loved and admired by everyone in the land, except one. An evil wizard coveted the kingdom and kidnapped the princess, intending to marry her and gain the throne.
Hark! You may think me evil, but wait until you discover my true intentions.
To ensure she could not escape, he summoned a terrifying dragon to guard her.
Oh, cool. That's cool. I'm guessing that was a real shriek.
However, all was not lost. For a young hero rose to the challenge.
I shall battle the dragon and save the princess. That is, if my dear mother lets me.
My dearest boy, proud as I am of your bravery, I worry so for your safety.
Fear not, mother, for I shall return victorious from battle.
And so the brave lad rode to the castle and confronted the mighty dragon.
Oh, he's gonna punch it.
Foul beast, your end is nigh.
What the hell?
With the dragon defeated, our brave hero rescued the princess and vanquished the wizard.
Curses! My plans have been foiled.
Oh, my brave son has returned.
Ah, your highness, I am smitten by your beauty. Will you marry me?
Yes, yes, gladly will I marry you.
And they lived happily ever after.
Full stage. I wish.
Well, at least we made it through to the end that time. Your fixes made a big difference. It's given me a lot to consider. Quentin has offered to do some rewrites. I'm sure he'll get us in good shape by next week.
Glad to be of service.
I'm curious to know how it all turns out. Send me a note at the Rosewater Post after you premiere.
Gladly.
We should be on our way. Miss Johnson has surely awoken from her nap by now.
True enough. Break a leg next week, Miss Hitomi.
Thank you. Safe travels.
Break a leg.
We did what we could for Miss Hitomi and her folk. In the end, they formed a strange kind of family, and they seem determined to keep on going. We've kept on going too. The oppressive, arid heat is beginning to give way to fresh breezes and forested slopes as we leave the desert scrub behind and cross into the mountains. Onward and upward.
Who do I talk to?
Phil?
Harley?
How do you think Miss Hitomi's show will do?
I believe it has a chance to succeed. If nothing else, the new pyrotechnics for the dragon will distract the audience from the...
How are you tonight?
I look forward to it.
Having a good time? Ready to party? Have fun? Yeah, well, that was the last guys. Wrong fucking band. We're here to have a bad time. Let's fucking do this.
Hey, Dave. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome in, Dave. Welcome in, Envy. And Chelsea, hell yeah. Chelsea was already in. How you guys doing? How was DBD? You're doing 2v8, right? Did you get some good matches? Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. Currently playing Rosewater, point-and-click adventure game. We're getting through it. It's quite a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. How was the most wonderful No Straight Roads review? Yeah. I think divisive. I feel mostly negative, but there was a point of contention between people, which is good. And I'm going to say it again, what I said at the start of the stream. I like the fact that there were extremes to both sides in these reviews. I like that someone brought a really, like, one of their favourite games up to the table, and that there was a conversation between kind of the two extremes as well, because that's what Game Club is all about. So yeah, it was actually a really good review, and even though, in my opinion, in some other people's opinion, the game wasn't too great, there was still some kind of good parts to the game at the very least that we can discuss. Yeah. DB was grand, fair few escapes, so that was nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was surprised to see how much Magic loved it. Yeah, he named it as I think his Game of the Year last year that didn't come out last year in the Game Club awards. So yeah, he definitely took some positives away from it, which is really cool. Yeah, so we just there was a lot to say. I got quite heated as well with just the, I don't know, Mayday. The character Mayday was oof, and her choice at the end, and her crying at the end, and to be honest, her everything throughout the entire. What a lovely, well-rounded character Mayday was. Yeah, she was a hoot. Yeah, my main point was the fact that it just didn't make a lot of sense, in my opinion, with her not accepting the corporate job, and it would have made more sense had the reason why she didn't accept it is because she just wanted to remain indie, which wasn't the case. It was the fact that she felt bad for her actions. Oh no, the consequence of my actions. No, don't want the thing. Exactly. That is exactly what we were saying. That is nail on the head. And it's like, but everyone said that exactly, like what you did was a good thing in the end. Like you turned people's opinions. Had you not done that, you wouldn't have been able to turn their opinions anyway. Yeah, it was definitely, yeah, definitely some weird decisions in that game, but I like the reviews for it, so we're good. But yeah, next game is going to be Blueprints, which I was saying, like, even though like it's a bit of a pricier game, but I was also told it's on Game Pass. So if you don't want to pay 25 quid, get a Game Pass account. Like, play it for the next like month or two. We're gonna do 2 months for this one as well, so it gives us plenty of time to be able to play it. Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna deserve it, and everyone's going in dry, no spoilers, so it's gonna be good. Yeah, it was very annoying. Yeah, she was. But yeah, thank you for your rating and review as well, dude. Very much appreciated. But yeah, we've jumped into Rosewater, and we're still traveling across the country at the moment as well. So I was toying with that game for a stream game. We'll see how it goes when I get it. Yeah, might keep it offline. Yeah, it depends really, because like me and Chelsea were musing about the idea of it being a stream thing, but I wondered if it was the type of game that, like, there's a lot of games that, like, it's okay for, like, people to kind of be backseatery in some way, you know, but where a game is like purely on puzzle content like that, I think it's a bit difficult with viewer interaction when it comes to that. I haven't watched any, but I have seen a lot of people have been doing it on stream. But I think when me and Chelsea were talking about it, I was like, nah, there's no way in how I'm playing this game on stream, just 'cause I feel like we might get random people in that are just going to be like, oh, have you tried this? Do this. And I'm I'm the kind of person that wants to remain pure when it comes to puzzle games as well, anyway. Yeah, I figured I didn't want to be spoiled on it, yeah. Yeah. Yup. I just heard Chelsea laugh. Yeah, it's literally it. There's with me and Chelsea watch someone called Brittle Moose. There's someone that Scotty turned on to us, and he does like a lot of old point and click puzzle games, and the what are they called? The female detective ones. What are they? Good. Nancy Drew. There's all the Nancy Drew, and because Chelsea kind of watches her own, and I watch in the background as well. The amount of times that he has a go at people. He doesn't have a go at you. He's just like, well, yeah, that's backseeing. No, yeah, that's a spoiler. I know it doesn't seem like a spoiler, but no, that is definitely a spoiler. And it's just some people just can't help themselves. Especially with that kind of game as well. It's like the whole game kind of hinges on like the puzzle solutions and trying to work out the puzzles in that way. To have someone just come in and be like that way. I don't know whether like some people just don't know, or if they know and they just love giving the answer. They love to be the person who knows the answer and needs to say it. The person in his recent stream who was like minor spoiler and then talked about a main character's death. My god. Minor spoiler. That would infuriate me. That would be a timeout moment for me, I feel like. I'd need to give someone a timeout for that.
Hey, Danny, let's talk.
Sure.
I don't think he ever does give timeouts for that kind of stuff, does he? I suppose, like, again, it's hard to tell if people know or don't know. I'd ban them. That's good. That's too good.
Think Miss Hitomi's show will be a success?
I sure hope so. It still needed some work, but I think we helped out a lot.
No, it cannot be.
Have we arrived?
What's going on?
Not sure, but we're slowing down. Must be something important if he convinced Miss Johnson to stop. I'll go have a look. Care to explain what's going on?
Oh, they're wearing red.
I know these people. They are from Jicotea.
All the way out here?
Yes. I thought they might head for the border, as I did. I am relieved to see they made it.
General Márquez, ¿qué haces aquí?
Oh, cool. We get to see some of his backstory.
Antonio, it is good to see you are well.
I would not say I am well, General.
This is my companion, Harley Leger.
Has the General recruited you to his cause then?
Not really, no. But you said you're not well? May I ask why?
That is considerate of you. It is good knowing that someone cares about our fate.
Oh,
shit. What are you talking about, Antonio?
You came to our village with your talk of revolution and freedom. You are very persuasive, General. Your words moved people and put many innocent lives in harm's way. No sooner had you arrived than the army came to rain fire upon us. Surely you knew what would happen.
I expected some response, of course. But who could anticipate that those Spanish dogs would behave like such inhuman monsters? But I also believed that the people would resist. And resist they did.
You gave us no choice. We were forced to defend ourselves. But you never allowed us to decide if we wanted to join your fight.
I did not consider.
It is only by God's grace that some of us managed to escape. Jicotea, our home, is gone. Those who survived made our way here to this strange country.
Where is Lieutenant Morales? I ordered him to lead a civilian evacuation as escort. Did he not conduct you to safety?
Yes, he did. But I do not think it would be a good idea for you to see him. In fact, it would be best if you just go now. We do not need any more of your revolution here, General.
God damn. All I'm thinking is, how is Phil going to find a way to bring explosives into this situation to try and make it better? Because that's what he does every single time. I got the feeling you weren't expecting that. He really doesn't like you. Damn, that's harsh. Is there any way we can help these people?
These people clearly need help. Maybe we can do something for them?
Like what?
Let's poke around. Something might come to us.
Maybe I probably could have spoken to him. I kind of feel bad now.
Phil?
Harley?
Who is this Lieutenant Morales you mentioned?
One of my bravest compadres. And a dear friend. I tasked him with leading the survivors of Jicotea north, across the border, if necessary. If he is here, I would very much like to speak with him.
Right. Carry on.
It's really annoying. I set my ads to be once every 40 minutes. And that currently isn't happening. It's actually more 40 minutes. Have to look into that.
Could I have a moment?
What do you want?
How did you get to this camp? Could we speak to Lieutenant Morales?
I'd like to hear more about you.
My name is Antonio Ruiz. Like my family for generations before me, I used to be a baker in our village, Jicotea, but everything changed when General Marquez came to us. Now my family is gone, and I am a refugee in a foreign land.
I'm so sorry.
Better to be alive somewhere strange than dead at home.
How did you wind up in this camp?
Lieutenant Morales got us away from our village and helped us across the border. We decided to head west, out of the desert. 3 weeks ago, we found this abandoned church and set up our camp. It has not been easy. We have sick and injured, and we have already lost some along the way. We cannot stay here forever. We need to find a more permanent home.
We'd like to see Lieutenant Morales.
As I said before, that is not a good idea. Lieutenant Morales has been through enough already. I do not want to torment him further by allowing General Marquez an audience.
Thank you, sir.
Adios, señorita.
Ooh,
Seems to be a newspaper from a nearby town.
Time to read. Wow, there's a lot here. Needham's News Circular. The news you need. Nice. Rebels rouse rabble, raise ruckus. Wow, what a title. Scattered southern skirmishes stir Spanish soldiers. They need to stop. They need to stop. Like two homesteaders on adjoining plots of land, who each must suffer the fragrant musk of the other's livestock, the encroachment of creeping weeds, drifting gusts of smoke, and the muffled clatters and cries of domestic disharmony borne over the air from his neighbour, disrespectful of any boundary marker or property line. No more can our nation remain hermetic and unawares of the private troubles and effluent discharge of our neighbour to the south. Does it need to be written like this? Or the ill-favoured rebellion of certain New English rustics against the British excesses of their sovereign king may be accounted a wholly internal matter for the citizens of that empire and her colony. The result has been a steady northward crossing of the would-be uprisers and refugees in the wake of their failed campaigns of resistance. The vagabond trains of these uprooted peasants have become a familiar sight in these parts, wending through our hills and valleys, bearing the remnants of their households upon their back. So they're just complaining about people crossing over. It's so purple, it's hard, ultraviolet. Is it not neighbourly then for us Vespuccians to take an interest in matters beyond our border? To wonder whether New Spain might yet reclaim her wayward citizens taking refuge in our fields like a runaway child, fleeing a loutish father's heavy hand? Well, the cries of revolution have quieted since the rout of rebel General Marquez and the raising of insolent Jacotier. Occasional reports have surfaced to offer a small glimmer of hope for the cause. A fortnight ago, for instance, the armory of the garrison of Loma Verde is said to have suffered a calamity when the considerable store of gunpowder kept there ignited in the night. Careless mishap or the work of insurgents still uncowed. Is that the place that... I think it might be the place. Okay. Might be a different place. Do not sit in the dark. Light up your life with wax-dipped candles made at home. You not wallow in obscurity, nor allow the chandelier to grow fat from your custom. I don't think I need to read this stuff. Felton Sawmill nears completion. Sawmill. 6 workers. Yeah, I don't like how a lot of the news reports are written. I don't know, maybe...
Keeps the chill of the forest at bay. The
maybe
pot
news
hanging
is...
above it is empty.
News is written like that, but who's reading that? I don't know. It's a bit much. Need some simple
There's quite a few
speak.
people. Doesn't look like they've been camped here very long.
Need some simple speak.
General Marqués. No puede ser.
Oh dear.
Isabel, I am glad to see you.
What are you doing here? And who is this?
This is my companion, Harley Leger.
Don't tell me you've begun recruiting Vespuccians. After abandoning your own people, now you've got foreigners dancing to your tune?
Isabel, you are not being fair.
You dare talk to me about fairness? Fairness would be seeing you executed for cowardice.
What?
After drawing the army into a battle, you fled, leaving us to be massacred.
I did no such thing.
You should have stayed and fought with us, first into battle and last to retreat. Instead, you withdrew as Icotea crumbled. How do you expect to achieve victory if you do not stay to claim it?
I thought...
It was only the brave leadership of Lieutenant Morales that kept us alive. Now, we are stuck here, unable to return and take back what's rightfully ours. I don't want to speak about this anymore. Leave me in peace, General.
Maybe I shouldn't leave him to do the talking. He seems to fuck it up.
What is it?
Tell me more about yourself, Isabel.
Myself. What can I say? My life has been completely destroyed. I used to take care of my grandchildren, while my son and his wife worked their farm. Now, I am stuck in a strange country with no hope of return. And to complete my torment, the man responsible for it all turns up as if nothing happened.
What a sad sack.
Is your family here? Did they escape with you?
No. My son stood up to the Spanish tyrants and died defending his home. Last I saw his wife, she was fleeing with the children. I do not know where they went. Lieutenant Morales and his men ushered a
understandable.
group of us out. There was no time to gather anything or find our loved ones.
I'm so sorry.
As am I. Sorry I cannot return to punish those who robbed us of our freedom.
How did you come to shelter in this church?
After crossing into Vespuccia, we soon realized that we could not survive in the open desert. The forest proved just as dangerous. At last, we happened upon this abandoned church. It may not be much, but at least it has walls and a roof.
I mean, it looks good to me.
Can you tell me about Antonio?
That poor old fool. He has completely given up. He thinks we should abandon our home, start over in Vespuccia, rather than return to the fight. The man I once knew would not just roll over and admit defeat. It is sad to see how age has enfeebled him.
You're old as fuck. Why? I feel like there's like a certain point where you just have to be like, look, we lost this battle. Let's just fucking find some new land. There's plenty of land. There's land everywhere at this point. It's free to just pick a piece of land. Just take it. Take that shit. Like what? Maybe there's history that they have. I don't know, but learn from your mistakes and like make better defenses for your land. I don't know.
Would it be possible for us to speak with Lieutenant Morales?
That is out of the question.
We'll talk again later.
I didn't do anything to you, lady.
Can't think of anything to ask.
I've got a few things. Why does everyone hate you?
Several articles of clothing are hanging to dry. It's been a long time since anyone used that altar. This shelf probably held many candles once, but there's only some old dried wax now. A glob of dried wax. Someone was careless with a candle.
What is with the wax stuff at the moment?
They've turned a pew over to serve as a table, and it seems the collection plate's been turned into a serving plate. Someone left their knife behind. Could I have a moment?
What do you want?
Tell me about Isabel.
Isabel is misguided. She believes we should return to Jicotea and fight. She refuses to see the truth. We're better off in Vespuccia. The revolution is a lost cause. Our own country would have us submit or die. All that is left to us is to start a new life here.
Thank you, sir.
Adios, señorita.
Agreed. Agreed.
Best to leave her alone for now.
Oh dear, what am I doing now then? Oh, maybe I need to chat with
Phil?
Harley?
old dumbass over here. Is there any way we can make peace with these people?
Isabel and Antonio aren't too fond of you. Think we might be able to bury the hatchet?
Perhaps. I have been thinking about what might serve for a peace offering.
I'm listening.
These people have lost so much. They have not had the opportunity to properly mourn. I would like to present them with a candle of remembrance.
What's that?
A simple votive candle, lit to honor those who have passed. We just need to find or make one. I hope they might appreciate the gesture.
Could you tell me about...
It is,
Could you...
No,
it is...
I don't
Right.
need to. Right, I'm collecting some wax then, I guess. Let's just steal some of their shit. I'm
Don't
sure that'll
mind
make
if
them
I
happy.
do.
Take this glob right here.
This is stuck fast. No way I can just pull it off.
Oh, there's a knife over here. Use the knife. I want the knife.
I'll just borrow this for a spell.
I want the knife.
Got it. I'll take some of this wax. some bits of wax I've collected from around the refugee camp.
I need to melt it. In here? Maybe?
That should be enough wax. No need to heat that. It's full of melted wax.
Okay, what do I do now then?
A piece of petrified wood from the desert. An old Spanish doubloon. It's a beautiful wooden box with an inlaid scrimshaw carving. Says it's from Ceylon. Leftover tea from the other side of the world. It's got a nice fruity aroma. Kind of sweet.
What if I put some of that in there?
No need to heat that.
You don't want a fragrant candle? Oh, it's got a string on that tree. Alright.
It's tied on really tight. Can't just...
Get out the goddamn knife then.
How about that? Harley Legere, Chandler extraordinaire. It's full of melted wax.
Oh, okay. She just pulled it out. Cool.
Here, I made a remembrance candle for you.
Yes, this will work. Good. I can call everyone together for a vigil. A moment of peace is sorely needed. But there is one more thing. These people cannot stay here. They need a plan of action.
Seems like they've already got some ideas.
Yes, Antonio and Isabel are at odds, but there is merit in both of their positions. I do not know whose leadership would benefit this community more. Although my influence is somewhat diminished, I feel that many might still be swayed if I were to lend my voice in support of one or the other. Who would you choose, were you in my position?
What are the arguments in favor of each? Walk me through it.
Well, Isabel's heart still burns with the spirits of the revolution, and she says that many feel the same. She would have them go back in defiance of a government so morally corrupt that it would send soldiers to massacre simple villagers.
What do you think would happen to them?
They would all be risking their lives, but they would also be sending a powerful message. The revolution lives. The people yearn to be free. We will not surrender to evil. Such a proclamation cannot be ignored. And when enough voices finally shout it all at once, it cannot be resisted.
And the points in Antonio's favor?
Antonio rightly says that the people of Jicotea did not ask for their village to become a fortress of the resistance. By my coming, I made it a target. They were swept up in something over which they had no control and no say. And they have already paid a steep price.
But surely there must have been some support for the revolution among the people, or you wouldn't have gone there in the first place.
Some, yes. Many were sympathetic to our aims, but had not yet been moved to action. We were trying to rally support. A brave man may offer up his life for a cause, but may he bravely offer up the lives of others.
Antonio should help the community resettle in Vespuccia. So there are dangers in both of these. So if they go back to New Spain to fight, there will most likely be losses. There's no guarantee that they're actually going to be able to reclaim their land. I don't know. That's a difficult feat to do. But if we go with Antonio, help the community resettle in Vespuccia. I just read that newspaper that said that people are getting pissed off that people from New Spain are coming over to Vespuccia. So I think it's kind of like a double-edged sword. And what Phil has already said is pretty much the answer of like, how can one man decide the fate of an entire community like that? When, I mean, there could be just a voting system of what people want to do and don't want to do, and then you just go with the majority of everyone. It then lands on the responsibility of everyone in that community rather than just one person. And I don't think he should make himself responsible, mainly because nobody likes him at the moment. So I think it's not up to you. Let the people decide. Like
It seems to me that if you make a decision one way or the other, you're as bad as that corrupt government you're trying to resist. You're fighting for freedom. So why not give them the freedom to choose for themselves? Antonio says the villagers just want peace. And Isabel says they're spoiling for a fight. Well, put it to a vote and find out.
There is much wisdom in what you say, but I do not know. What if such a question divides the people irreparably? Now is a time for unity of purpose, not further fracturing.
I think they'll need to work that out for themselves. But first, they've got to find out where everyone stands. Bureaucrats and dictators always think people are too stupid to make their own decisions, so they treat them like cattle. If you show the people you trust them with their own fates, I think they'll surprise you.
Mi amiga, the spirit of the revolution does indeed live in you. Thank you for helping me to see it. Gather the villagers and meet me in the church.
All right.
Amigos, thank you all for gathering to listen to my words. You all have suffered tremendously. I know you do not look favorably upon me, but I wish to offer my sincerest condolences and take a moment to remember the fallen. Whether or not they would have chosen this fight, it came to them unasked and claimed their lives. Eusebio Lopez, Gloria Hernandez, Abel Martinez. All martyrs of the revolution. Let us cherish their memory and ensure that their names are never forgotten. Now that we have honored the past, let us speak of the future. Speaking to Antonio and Isabel has made me realize that leaders should not make every decision. For us to truly be free, we must each be allowed to choose our destinies.
What are you saying, General?
When I came to Jicotea, I hoped you would all voluntarily take arms and fight. Many of you did, and for that I will always be grateful. But I did not realize that I was also forcing the battle upon you. In not giving you a choice, I became no better than our oppressors. For this, I am sorry. Isabel and Antonio have their own ideas for the future, but it is not my place to tell you who you should side with. That choice is and should always be in the hands of the people.
But General Marquez, if our group splits up even more...
Then you will know that those who remain beside you are there because they truly want to be, not because they feel they have to be. My friends, you may stay or you may return and fight, but no matter what you choose, you shall have the two most important things in the world: honor y libertad.
A rousing speech, General. I was hoping for something more decisive.
My decisiveness was what got you all here in the first place. I hope you can forgive me.
You are forgiven. Before you go, you were asking about Lieutenant Morales? I will take you to him if you wish.
Please.
Follow me.
I wonder what they'll pick.
When did this happen?
2 weeks ago. Some of the children were playing in the forest when they startled a mother bear with her cub. There's nothing more dangerous than a mother defending her brood. Lieutenant Morales got them to safety, but the beast mortally wounded him.
Brave to the last.
Indeed. He died a hero's death protecting the vulnerable.
May I have a moment? Lieutenant Morales, I promise your death will not be in vain. We will carry your name on our lips when we march to victory. Until we meet again, old friend. Come, Harley. Let us continue our journey. Adios, Isabel.
Adios, General.
Why don't you go on ahead? I'd like a minute to collect my thoughts.
Very well.
Let's save it. George collects his thoughts. Save. Right. God damn it, I keep pressing the wrong button. A little of that weight lifted from Phil's shoulders. Nothing else. Perhaps that angel and devil have finally taken the hint and shoved off. Interesting. What? What? I'm confused. We just walk. Oh, right.
It's got a nice fruity aroma. Kind of sweet.
All right, she was just there to write.
Oh, good.
Write
You're
no book,
back.
I guess.
We're low on food. If we want to eat tonight, we'll need to hunt for more. I'll let y'all decide what we're after. Round here, the fishing's pretty good, and there's plenty of rabbits and pheasants. Personally, I'd suggest rabbits. Easiest to catch and prepare.
I wouldn't be opposed to some pheasant. Danny makes a mean stew.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What kind of fish are common around here?
Mostly salmon.
Ah, then fishing gets my vote.
Yes, I vote fishing as well.
And you, Leger?
Okay, rabbit, pheasant, or fish. I mean, I don't think we've actually gone for some fish yet. I kind of want to go for some fish. Good old salmon.
Salmon gets my vote too.
Then it's decided. The three of you who wanted salmon, take the poles in the wagon and get fishing. Rest of us will start making camp.
I have a good feeling about this place. Let us cast our lines here.
Here? All right then.
We've got a mini game on our hands.
Have you ever fished before, Harley?
Would you believe this is my first time?
Do not worry. It is not difficult to pick up. Just cast your line and wait for a tug. When you feel the bite, secure the line.
You want to reel a fish in as quickly as possible. If it puts up a fight, pull your rod in the opposite direction to where the fish is going. Once you've got it back in the center, you can start reeling it in again.
All right, here goes nothing.
Good.
I got it. Now to reel it in.
Reeling the line. Reeling the line. Oh!
Putting up a fight, are we?
Need to go right. Oh, need to go left.
Damn! Strong little bastard.
Did I get it?
Fantastic.
Yeah. My first fish. Next one.
Something's bite. Got it. Now to reel it in. Hey, where do you think you're going?
Oh, that was an easy one.
Got you.
I wonder how the others are doing.
Something's got it. Now to reel it in.
This is pretty cool.
Feisty little.
It's not much of a challenge though, so far.
Damn.
Guess it doesn't need to be. Oh shit.
Damn. Ooh, feisty. Got you. So how did you two fare?
I caught 2 fish.
I only one.
I caught 3.
Wonderful. We'll have plenty to eat tonight.
Catch all the fish. Oh no. Oh, is that the bear?
What was that?
Oh no.
Carajo!
Shh, don't shout. Bears don't like loud noises.
Well, I do not like bears.
What are we supposed to do?
Stay quiet. Move away very slowly.
I think we should run while we still can.
I'm backing away some more.
Good idea. Mierda! Run!
It seems to be working. Come, keep moving away.
I wonder if it's because we picked salmon.
Santa Maria. I do not think my heart has ever beat so fast.
We should be thankful that we escaped.
The others will not be happy when they learn we have returned.
Ah,
I'm
shit.
sure they'll understand, given the circumstances. Let's go back to camp.
Hope there was
Aw,
enough for
man.
everybody. I tried to make as much stew as I could.
Don't fret, Danny boy. A small taste's better than none at all. I tell you, getting to El Presidio will be worth it just to eat at a restaurant again.
We're lucky the Fortines left us some of their spare jerky at least.
Don't know if lucky is the word. So, I've been meaning to ask, what's everybody planning on doing with their share of Clark's stash?
Jake, is that something we should really be talking about?
Look, I ain't deaf. I've known about your little treasure hunt for a while. Far as I'm concerned, that's your business, and I want no part of it. You paid me to get you to El Presidio, and that's what I'm doing.
Does that mean you're not planning to stay with us once we arrive in El Presidio?
That depends on whether you want to keep paying me to ferry you around.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Anyhow, the question stands.
I think I'd like to buy a new pair of six-shooters. Maybe a horse. It'd be nice to travel the countryside, too.
Have we not been doing that?
Well, sure, but I meant for pleasure. What about you, Phil?
My share will go to the revolution, of course. With full coffers, we will more readily find willing allies. And, of course, I will send something to assist the refugees here in Vespuccia.
That's good of you, Phil. I think I'd like to open my own clinic.
Dr. Redbird, eh?
Well, no, I can't practice as a doctor without a medical license. But I could continue as an herbalist, or maybe a midwife.
So get your medical license. You're already worth 10 of those frontier quacks out there. They're all practicing with some scrap of parchment they paid some fancy school for. You could just write in for one. You'd never have to attend a class or show your face.
Perhaps that's something to consider. You sure you aren't interested in joining us, Miss Johnson? The extra money could let you stay in one place for a while.
An interesting thought. But I don't mind moving around. At least until I find something worth staying put for.
What about you, Harley?
You go first, Jake. Rent out a room and keep writing stories. Save up for a piece of land. Keep traveling to see the world. Give it to the less fortunate. Save it as insurance against calamity. I'll make my plans for the money when I have it. I'd rather not say. I feel like she'd be traveling, right? I mean, that's what's happening now. It's what she seems to enjoy, so...
Having some extra money would be a good excuse to keep traveling. Hell, maybe I can get out of Vespuccia and see the world.
Sounds like a great idea.
And you, Jake?
Oh, you know, I haven't really thought about it.
But you asked the question.
Sure, but 'cause I was curious about you folks. Truth be told, I ain't in much of a hurry for this trip to end.
Well, that's awful sweet.
Oh, I'll lay off, will you? All right, folks, I'm turning in. See y'all in the morning.
How are you feeling, Phil?
Oh, well, I have had much to think about of late. Learning the fate of Lieutenant Morales and the refugees has left me uneasy. I ask myself whether we did the right thing. And what of the revolution? Or the mystery of the fort's Aurum shipments? I have yet to hear from Lieutenant General de la Vega regarding either. So many questions and so few answers.
Sounds like you really do have a lot on your mind.
Indeed. Would you like to join me in a toast to the fallen?
I mean, she hasn't been drinking this entire time, but... maybe once.
A los caídos. Salud.
Salud.
I believe I will retire for the evening. Good night to you all.
Glad to see you and Lisa Lou getting along so well.
She's a great pup. Suddenly the road feels a little less lonely. Ain't that right, girl?
You okay, Nadine? You seem lost in thought.
Oh, I was just contemplating what Miss Johnson said about me getting a license. I never really thought about it before. On one hand, it's exciting to think about all the possibilities, but it's also just as terrifying to consider the unknown.
Go for it. It would be a difficult path to follow. You should make that decision yourself.
Well, I think Miss Johnson has a point. You should try for your license. Anyway, isn't considering the unknown all part of being a doctor?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll give it some more thought. It seems I'm sleepier than I thought. I should get to bed.
Fair enough. Get some rest.
Good night, Harley. Please excuse me. I'll see you all in the morning.
It is, isn't it, Chelsea? You've done a good job.
Doing all right, Danny?
I think so, yeah. You talking about traveling got me thinking. There's so many places I'd love to see. Europe, for instance. Or even China. It'd be great to see where my parents came from.
Suppose you'd have to convince Jake to take his show international?
Yeah. I guess that's probably the only way I'd ever make it to those places. I'm feeling pretty tired. Think I'll hit the hay.
Looks like you and I are the last ones standing for a change.
Imagine that. You going to bed?
Guess so. You?
Not just yet. Time to get in my nightly walk.
Oh, nightly
All right.
walk.
Enjoy yourself. See you in the morning.
Good night, Leger. Come on, girl.
Leger.
Morning. We ready to head out?
We should be once Lola returns. She said she was going to go scout down the road a ways.
That was a while ago. Maybe we should go check on her.
I'll go look for her.
You sure?
Yeah. Be back in no time.
I hope not. I shouldn't get eaten by a bear. When did this release? Earlier this year, you'll see. Oh, there she is.
Everything all right?
Oh, yeah. Just some damn vandals making trouble.
Vandals? I don't follow.
Just have a look. Somebody's desecrated this traveler's shrine.
What's a traveler's shrine?
A custom of the road. Folks set 'em up for lots of reasons. Some think they bring luck. Others use them to pray to St. Christopher. Sometimes they have gifts or supplies you can use, provided you leave something for the next traveler.
There's a big time gap between this and Lamplight. No, like if anything, it'd be like a year or two between them. But I don't think it was even that, because the reason why she left Lamplight City was because of her brother's death. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, right, okay, between them. And Lamplight City has been out for a bit of time now, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know when Lamplight released.
We can't just leave the shrine like this. Can we fix it?
Yes, I think we can. Whoever did this probably just scattered everything around. We can search the area for what's missing.
What exactly are we looking for?
Well, the icon of St. Christopher, for one. See all that writing on the boulder next to the shrine? There was probably something people used to make those marks, but that's also gone. And the offering box is empty, so we should put something in before we go.
All right, let's get to work.
Okay, well, I think at that point I'm gonna leave it there. Lords, queens, shit up. Okay. Just because I need to have a shower before I get to bed anyway, so and quarter to 11 makes sense. Right. Okay. Oh, good night, Becca. Right. Oof. So, we did Game Club. Next game is going to be Blueprints. So make sure you get on that if you're interested in the game. Now's a good time to pick it up or to get Game Pass, and we can do. Where's the lid for my penal pen? I've lost the lid to my penis pen. Sorry, yeah, I was halfway through talking. Yeah. So yeah, make sure you join for this one. Give it a play. We'll have 2 months for it as well, so that's loads of time. And yeah, make sure to rate and review for that shit. Thank you, Chelsea. I appreciate that. But yeah, on that note, thanks everyone for joining. Next stream is going to be on Friday. What are we doing? Yap, Snack, and React. That's what we're doing. Yap, Snack, and React. So, yeah. Duke's going for his test. Second. No. For God's sake, this phone. You know when you're about to press on something and then it changes position? Fuck, I hate it when phones do that. Just stay in the same position that you're in. Sorry, all I wanted to do that. Yeah, better watch your back. You phone the thing today. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, so Yap, Snack, and React on Friday. I don't know how much Yap we have, but we definitely have Snack and we definitely have React. So make sure to join for that. Right, what was I going to say? Yeah, I don't think that's all. Some Kit Kat's going to get tried potentially. Yeah, we need to go through the rest of that snack box, but we didn't know whether we wanted to do the Kit Kats bit by bit or do them all at once, so we could just do like one entire snack stream. It probably makes sense to not do them all at once, because that'd be a lot of chocolate. That'd be a lot of chocolate to do all at once. So, yeah. Yeah, but there will be definitely some Kit Kats of some kind, so hell yeah, thank you for that, Duth. But yeah, on that note, thanks everyone for joining. Everyone have a good one, and I will catch you all on Friday. Make sure to play some blueprints. Goodbye.